What is up, guys? We are live. What do I say? I don't even know what to do. It's been so long. What do I say? But no, I don't want to waste... Let me see if I remember my keys here. Look at that. Smooth transition. I don't want to waste too much time, though, because we have a lot to do if I want an actual shot at making any sort of progress with one more season of this White Sox March to October. So, if you missed the video that I just put out today, I did go through one more off season so that we'd be starting today right at the beginning of playing games, I guess. But I do want to show you guys the lineup just so we all know what we're working with, the changes I made. I'm looking at myself. I look so shiny. Something doesn't look right. Whatever. All right, let me put myself up there. The lineup. So this is what we've got. If you missed the off season again, the whole strategy was I didn't really want to sign anybody. I wanted to allow as many prospects to come up as I could because we haven't really seen that in March to October before. I guess, you know what, real quick, before I do anything more, you guys can hear me, right? Like, we're all good, right? I just kind of assumed everything was working, but like, maybe I shouldn't just assume. I mean, I'm guessing if nobody's telling me that something is horribly messed up, then we're probably good. All right, yeah, you guys can all hear me. Perfect. You finished Skywalker Saga game, Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. Oh wait, are you just? Oh, that you're just giving me a whole rundown of what's gone on since the last stream. Got it. It has been a while. I get it. But anyway, the team we have in front of us. The only signing I actually made was Stuart Fairchild. The CPU decided to bring back Jake Berger. I mean, we haven't had him in this Sox March to October, but I think it was destiny that he's back. It also brought in Yandy Diaz, who's actually a lot better than I thought he was. I just can't really find a spot for him in the starting lineup. And then we've got good old 58 overall Blaze Alexander because his minor league options are used up, so he's stuck with us. On the pitching side is where we do finally have our first drafted player who got called up to the big leagues. It's Jeremy Bench. I'm not putting him in the starting rotation because we have Dustin May, who should be in the starting rotation. So this is the starting rotation. We weren't really stuck with too much in the bullpen besides Prelander Baroa with the minor league option situation. So yeah, your guy Jared Schuster, not only is he still in the rotation, he's I feel like been one of my best pitchers the last couple of years. He's been real good. However, since I bring that up, the one other thing I wanted to mention before we started with actually getting into games is I did set up a little bit of trade management here. I guess first things first, because once again, Francisco Mejia is the only catcher on the roster. So we'll try and maybe snag another catcher if it makes sense. But mainly what I want to do with trades is I'm just trying to free up spots. So Eder, Schuster, Gallen, I'm not necessarily looking to trade all of them, but if I can get rid of one of them, that would open up the possibility for our guy Johnny Castro to get called up because he is on the 40-man. And then, yeah, Leclerc, too, kind of the same thing, just to free up a spot. Again, I'm not necessarily looking to trade all of them, just one of them, if it makes sense. And, yeah, I think with that, it's time to get going here, because we got to speed run. Like, we have to speed run if we want any sort of chance at making it far into this White Sox March to October. So let me move myself back down here, and we'll get started. Opening day 2029, Season 6. Yeah, Rob, I'm not too hopeful that they will, to be honest. And Toxic, when you say they mentioned updates to both March to October and franchise, I feel like the only reason they say that is just because the modes are so similar. So when they add something like the free agency into franchise, they can just also add it to March to October and say they made changes to March to October. I don't really think, I don't have my hopes up that there's going to be any like actual March to October changes, you know? But yeah, I was looking back at my live streams on YouTube, and the longest I was ever live was only like 3 hours and 15 minutes. And I don't know how long I'm gonna go today, just because I got a later start, not realizing that the developers were going live today with a feature premiere. I guess here, let me let you guys see that real quick. But I did want to be live for a while, because like I said, we kind of gotta get moving if we want any chance of finishing this season. Also, before we keep going, guys, I don't know if my numbers are up to date, but we've got 7 people here right now is what it's showing for me, and I want to thank every single one of you 7 people for showing up, because I had convinced myself no one was going to be here. I was thinking, man, it's going to be an impossible task to move an audience, I guess, from one platform to the other, and you guys showed up for me. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. You're really excited to see my White Sox franchise plan. If it's easy to follow, replicate, you might like it and switch to franchise. Yeah, we'll see. I've tried to make franchise videos in the past, and I've never been good at making the video. I always want to play franchise. That's like when I first started playing baseball games, it was always franchise mode. But I've just never really been good at turning it into content. You know what, real quick, I meant to do this beforehand. I want to boost the game audio a little bit, but now I'm not going to be able to really hear it to know if I did it too much. Here, you guys tell me if this ends up being too loud, but I want to boost the game audio a bit. We're gonna stick with Grant Taylor, opening day starter.
That one ripped left field.
I think we're good. Yeah. Who cares about giving up a perfect swing on the very first pitch of the season? It's no big deal. Zach Katz 464. You need some baseball after a stressful day at school and work? I am here for you. That reminds me, because since we're on a different platform too, if any of you guys have a different name than I would have recognized you from on YouTube, let me know. I should hopefully remember anybody who's coming back. I know we had a Zach over on YouTube, so I don't know if that's maybe the same Zach, maybe you're a different Zach, I don't know. Okay, we gotta stop missing with this fastball, because that was dangerous again. There we go. Grant Taylor's curveball. I have come to learn that that is the pitch. You were Zach Katz 520 on YouTube? Alright. I see there was another Zach. So I'm trying to distinguish. I don't know. If I don't fully remember who you are, then I will learn once again, I suppose. You hope they increase the difficulty or something from March to October because it's so easy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, Toxic. You said you haven't been watching my videos lately, but not to spoil it for you if you were to go back. I'm on a, what is it, 43 game postseason winning streak. So that's 3 straight perfect postseasons, and then 10 wins the postseason before. Couple other new people here: Snotty Gibbon and Dilly D Dog. Good to see you guys here. Am I gonna do the impossible career mode on 25? We'll see. I do want to do some road to the show on GOAT mode. And I just want to play Road to the Show again because I like the changes they made. So I'm probably not going to do the whole impossible slider thing, at least not right away. Dilly D-Dog is Dylan. All right, I will remember that because Dylan is a lot easier to say. But yeah, I wish I would have done that impossible road to the show earlier, because I like the idea, and I just, for whatever reason, I just never did it until it was too late. Now the new game's coming out. I wanted to finish the first season. I'm probably not even going to get to that. Snotty Gibbon, you're Ashley from the old streams. I remember you. I do remember you. I will keep that in mind. I wonder, like, I mean, I still got a whole lot to learn on Twitch. I wonder if there's any way I can, like, make a note, you know? Like, if I can, like, click on your name and it's like, oh, this is somebody. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But what I will say I've learned so far about Twitch, dude, it is not looking good at the plate right now. Twitch definitely, like, you can tell it is the live streaming platform, and I've barely scratched the surface yet. Like, I basically just clicked go live, and that's like about all I've done. But just kind of looking at the features and stuff, it's like you can tell it's a better streaming platform than YouTube, at least. Luckily you're in Eastern time. Actually, would it be EDT these days, since it's daylight savings now? You get home every day with around 4, which is 5. No, you got that backwards. It's 3 Central if you get home around 4, because you're an hour ahead. Sorry, I don't know why I corrected 2 different things in your message. I didn't need to do that. We need to hit. That's what I need to focus on instead of correcting the time zone. You know what else I need to remember doing, because I always forget to do it. That's okay. I don't think a difference would have been made there, but I was going to say I need to remember to switch my stick sensitivity setting back to pitching. That's fine. I'm not worried. We've got a whole lot of time left, and this is only game 1. I usually streamed around 3 for Central. I mean, you could say usually. I wouldn't say usually, because I mean, you know, you were there when I streamed, and it was not usually. I was very inconsistent. That was part of the problem. That was probably the problem, actually. Who do I want to get loose? I'll go. Yeah, I forgot. I don't have Tanner Scott anymore, so we're down to just 2 lefties. That was one of the hopes, was I would get that one lefty I drafted a couple years ago, Darius Akwija. He was a 78 overall, and still don't have him in the bigs. Not even on the 40 man. Is it dangerous to go back in with this cutter after I just gave up a bomb? Am I uploading this to YouTube, so if after you fall asleep you can watch? I am. That'll be on the stream channel, so not the main channel, but it's just JK Perfect 10 streams. I'll just be uploading the whole thing. Not gonna edit it, but yeah, you can catch up that way. Watch it at like ×3 speed if you want. You can really fly through it then. There we go. Went to the golf range today, guys, the driving range. I stink. I am so bad. It's ridiculous how bad I am at golf. I keep going with this cutter into these lefties after I... Okay, no, that worked out good this time. That actually reminds me, too, with Berger at third. Since it's opening day, my lineup changes and stuff didn't take effect for this first game. So, after this, it'll be whatever it was I showed you. The only golf you play is mini golf because real golf just isn't entertaining to you? Dude, real golf is so fun. It's just, I'm so bad at it. Like, and I try to, like, fix things with my swing and get better, and I mean, I guess it would make a difference if I actually knew what I was doing to try and fix my swing, because I don't. I just kind of try and do things until it goes where I want it to go, and that's not something that happens too often. Alright, there we go. We'll probably call it there with Grant Taylor. I mean, you can't call a 7-inning, 2-run allowed start a bad start. 3 hits allowed. Offense has to pick them up. Top Golf is also... Yeah, I like Top Golf, except I'm bad. Like, I feel like a lot of people with golf, it's like... They can, well, what do they say? What's the saying? It's like, drive for show, putt for dough. Because, like, it just seems like people in general, you can hit the ball far. Everyone can do that. I can't. I don't know what it is. I can't drive the ball far, and it just like slices like crazy. So Topgolf is a little frustrating. You need to play a lot of golf to get good. Yeah, I mean that would do it. I definitely don't play enough golf to get good at it. But I feel like when I get closer and I'm putting, that's when I'm better. My short game, I guess you'd call it, is I feel like solid for my overall skill level. But yeah, it's just like those first couple swings. Okay. I'll take the base hit, but Vlad, if you get a pitch like that, I would like to cut the lead in half. All right, this is a big one. Jake Berger's return to the White Sox. My first at bat with them, at least. I still don't know if I could say that was a good trade when they got rid of him. Like, still not really sure if that one made sense to me. Feels like they just kind of traded him because the season was over and he was a good player that had at least some value, but what they got back for him, I'm still not super high on, and I don't know, for how much time he had left under contract, could have kept him around. Because I'm sure that would have made a whole lot of difference last season, right? I mean, Sox might have won like 44 games instead of 41. You know what? I'm curious to think, because I don't think we're Sox fans all in here in the chat, right? What are your guys' thoughts on the Sox going into next year? What are we thinking they're gonna do? Oh, that sounded good. Nope. Warning track. Andrew Benintendi making like 50 million more than Luis Robert is crazy. And he's still not even like, he's still the biggest contract in Sox history. And it was 5 years, 75 mil. People are getting 700 mil. And the Sox haven't given out more than 75.
Some hitters are just more confident they can track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care if they fall behind 0-1. Way high. Well, it's been a very impressive outing so far. His command has been a big part of it. Even when he misses outside the strike zone, which is exactly what a pitcher wants.
Hey man, I want to hit here. I want to do something at the plate. I want to show you guys I don't completely stink, because that's kind of what I'm looking like right now. Oh, and that's not the pitch to swing at. Can't wait to see this team win 59 games this year. But like, the crazy thing about that is, think of how much of an improvement 59 wins would be. Like, that's 18 extra wins. That's an improvement of 18 wins. I would be content with that. Like, that'd be fine with me. There we go. How much is that gonna go? No, it's gonna, okay. I mean, that drives in a run. That also gives us the tying run in scoring position. You think this is the year they trade Luis Robert, but you also think White Sox will not be the definite worst team in the league? Okay, I like that optimism. It'll be interesting to see what they do with Luis Robert. Because, I mean, I definitely hope they don't trade him before the season starts, like Dylan Cease last year. I mean, the Cease one made sense because he had value. I don't think Luis Robert has much value right now. I think he actually has to do something. Always knew the YouTube videos were staged. Dude, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I am... My March to October gameplay may as well be fake. Because I'm better in this mode than I am at any other part of the game. Like, I play on Legend, and I make it look... I would say I make it look relatively easy. Throw me in on Hall of Fame online. I'm horrible. You'd think it would translate. I didn't even make World Series on my main account this year. I don't I don't think I'm gonna try to. I mean, maybe just to get some ranked games in if I happen to get there. I probably won't like stream it or anything. I might just do that on my own, but I don't know. Am I doing a franchise in 25? If so, what team? So the plan is, hang on, I just realized I missed Toxic's last message. I'll get to that. But the plan for right now is I'm gonna do a franchise with the White Sox. I mean, it's my team. They're the worst team of all time. I feel like the stars align perfectly for me to try and take control of them and take on the new challenge, at least for me, of franchise mode. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing a Sox franchise, but I'm probably gonna wait a little bit on it just to make sure the rosters are all like up to date and everything. I was talking about doing a White Sox franchise. Yeah, if so, does that mean no March to October? No, I am still gonna do March to October. I'm not gonna do, at least I'm not planning on doing any like multi-year March to Octobers, but I'm gonna do March to October on GOAT difficulty, just since that's the new thing. Yeah, basically like what you said, David, various one season March to Octobers. But the first one will be videos like normal. There we go, that's a tie game. I mean, it helps when I keep getting hanging curves. But yeah, what am I saying? The first team that I do a March to October with, that'll be videos like normal. It'll just be the first season. And then from that point on, I plan on doing a lot of them live. So if you guys were around when I was streaming on YouTube last year and I did that Cubs March to October, that's kind of what I want to do. Except actually do it with multiple different teams. And then I might still edit those down into something. I'm not 100% sure yet. You'd love if I did a fantasy draft with GM contracts on. See, okay, what I want to do with a fantasy draft, way back, hang on, how much of that did I get? Is that really gonna... Dude, Francisco Mejia, are you serious? I feel like he always has sneaky power. I did not think I got enough of that. That was a 5-run inning, guys. Not only did we tie it, we took the lead, and we took the lead by a lot. But yeah, anyway, back to what I was saying. When I was young, I would always do fantasy draft franchises, and then I would like want to play the whole season and not sim anything, and then obviously I'd lose interest, so I wouldn't make it anywhere near playing the whole season. If I am actually streaming as much as I'd like to, I think it'd be a fun idea to do a fantasy draft franchise and play every game. I don't know if that's something anybody would want to see. That might get very boring very fast, but it's something I can't shake the idea of doing. Dude, I am locked in right now, and I'm not even locked in. Play only the key moment. I mean, I could do that too. I mean, if we wanted to get through the season quicker. I didn't really mess around with franchise on this year's game, and I know they put in all those different like simulation options and stuff like that, so I don't know how exactly you could set those up, because like if I could almost combine those two ideas and I could like play every game but also only play a couple innings of every game, maybe that'd be a good balance to strike. When you're in the postseason, you always feel like the game is harder, so when you go back to normal, it's so easy. Dude, I almost feel like it's the other way around. I mean, obviously, it's not really showing right here because I'm kind of popping off this inning, but I feel like in the past, I win the World Series, and then like I start the next season, and it feels like they bump the difficulty up on me or something. All right, I mean, hey, let's keep this going. How much can we score? Did Vlad start this inning? Was that perfect base hit from Vlad what started this inning? Did we bat around? We did. because it's still the 7th, and it says he has a single in the 7th. I mean, hey, if honestly, if I keep scoring here and these games take a while because I just keep hitting the ball, then we're not going to get through this season. You just acquired Ohtani in your franchise. You're the Braves, and so you have auto for everything. You thought you had trades on manual, but it appears it was auto. Oh my... I'm on autopilot right now, and I've just put up 8 runs. I'm starting to feel a little overconfident here. I'm starting to feel like I might be okay at this game. Maybe I do need to calm down. If we're going to put up, you know, this amount of runs every game, we got to actually get through the season. Oh no, Berger's making 2 outs in 1 inning. That wasn't even a bad swing. So what'd you give up for him then if the CPU auto traded for Ohtani? Yeah, you know what? I was going to be done with Grant Taylor, but now that we have a 6-run lead, sure.
Just off the outside edge.
We on rookie here. It feels like it. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
Excellent. Really on his game in this one, and at this point, he wants to finish what he started.
Righty to the plate. And it is 2-1. Is there a debate to be had about shutting him down, maybe to preserve some bullets given the score?
Absolutely. When you consider...
Ooh, you know what else I could do actually? Since we have such a big lead, I'm gonna get yeah, I'm gonna get our guy Jeremy Bench warming up because he's not actually in the rotation, so you know that won't mess anything up if I get him in the game. Maybe have him pitch the 9th, close out a game in his first big league game. You're probably gonna buy MLB The Show 25 regardless of whether or not your needs have been met, because one, you need to own a game for every sport, and I completely lost where I was there. You need to own a game for every sport you like, and too many things, so you pick college baseball. I mean, yeah, at this point I don't even like, they could come out and say like, hey guys, we changed absolutely nothing, it's just going to be a repeat of last year. I would buy the game. Like, that's just where I'm at this point. Is that the Jeremy Bench? It is the Jeremy Bench. Finally, a player that I drafted is on the big league team. The only thing about him, though, is he was the guy who doesn't have great potential, so he's almost already where he's going to be. Of all the people I would have wanted called up, he's one that I wanted like in a call-up chance so we could actually boost his overall. Okay, there we go. That's how we end Grant Taylor's day then. Another strikeout. You haven't seen the off-season video yet? I mean, you don't need to. I didn't really do anything. It was just kind of like one last video and one last opportunity to tell you guys to come over and watch the stream if anybody did watch it. But yeah, my whole plan for the off-season, I just didn't do anything. I let the CPU do everything because I wanted to give as much of a chance as possible to get our drafted guys up. So it auto-signed Jake Berger. It auto-signed Yandy Diaz. I guess I did make one signing because I wanted to make sure I had a backup outfielder. Ooh, okay. Peter Lambert. I didn't even realize that. I'm pretty sure he was on our team last year, stuck in the minors. I mean, I guess it wouldn't show it. Okay. Timing's still good, even with how out of the zone that was. Did I ever play college football? I did. I I attempted to make content around it, and that attempt amounted to one stream and one video from that stream. But I played it a little bit more on my own. Honestly, the mode I ended up playing the most was just the online versus, whatever it's called. It was like Road to College Football Playoff, I think. So you just played against online people with the normal teams. It wasn't Ultimate Team or anything. I think that's gonna end the inning. Yep. All right, let's get Jeremy Bench in to finish up this game. This will be, where is he? I keep forgetting. There he is. This will be the very first player that I've ever drafted in a March to October that I'm playing a game with in the MLB in March to October. This is history you're witnessing right now, guys. He's kind of short, or at least he looks like it. He's throwing dots though out of the gate. I mean, dude, that beard, his composure, he looks like a 12-year vet already.
Foul ball there.
In your March to October, you're in the playoffs of 2028. You have 3 high 70s B potential draft picks, none on the 40-man yet. That's the frustration. I mean, I have so many. It's mostly pitching prospects that are really good, but they just don't get put on the 40-man. And if they don't get put on the 40-man automatically, we weren't getting him anyway. But yeah, if they don't get put on the 40-man automatically, then you know you don't get a chance to call them up during the season. So it's just like, you check at the beginning, and if they're not on the 40-man, it's like, all right, well, there's another season of not seeing our guys. Am I going through the whole season in this stream? Not quite, because I think that would take like 15 hours or something like that. But I don't know. Come on. Okay. I was originally kind of wanting to be live for around 4 hours today. I don't know if I'm going to get to that, just because I ended up starting the stream a little bit later than I thought I would. But yeah, I don't know. If I want any sort of chance at finishing this season, I will have to be live for a decent amount of time for the next couple days. And I want to try. I want to get this one last season in, because there still is one other team next to us when it comes to winning titles. Like, we've won 5 in a row, but there was a Yankees dynasty, I guess, that also won 5 in a row. So I'd like to stand alone. You know, I'd like to win 6 in a row and be the only team in history that can claim that. I mean, in a bat like this doesn't really help. All this extra time being added because Nolan Jones wants to be patient.
His ability to draw walks has been something that's been part of his career since day one.
Key in the box now. No balls and a strike.
Well, in this situation with runners on, you got to get ahead in the count so that you can dictate the rest of
Oh my God. Okay, Jeremy Bench.
And that should be extra bases.
He's got some jitters here in his debut. He's a little nervous. Butterflies are in his stomach. He's okay. This is just his first game. He'll get better. He's still got a chance to close this out. We've still got 4 more runs. There we go. There's one. Only 1 out left to get. What's his height? Let's see. Let's see. He is 6 foot even, so he's not even that short. Why does he look so short? Because that's not just me, right? He does look pretty short. Maybe we just have a lot of tall pitchers, so that kind of skews my point of reference. There we go. The only thing that matters is how you finish. And he's finishing it with a fastball. You thought he was 5'9", I mean, he looks like it. There we go. Here, do I need to move myself? There we go. 4 fireballs. for an opening day win, because we did come from behind, so we get a little bit extra. I gotta remember not to like get hung up on any sort of screen, because we gotta get through things. And we're gonna get another hang up here, because I gotta pick a random reward here that I'll probably never open. You know, it's actually so funny the amount of ideas that I wanted to get in before this game was over, before 25 comes out, and I just ended up getting to like none of them. Like I had about 500 packs in my inventory, and I wanted to do a video where I just opened 500 packs and built a team. Never got around to that. I wanted to try some like captain team build type things. Never got around to that. Did we just win every single game there? I think we did. And we have the lead again. 5-0 to start the new season. And like I said, I don't want to get hung up on anything. We are trying to fly through this season. Let's get back into some game.
Here on the south side with Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi.
And we went all the way to Grant Taylor's next start. Duran's in. Like I said, I don't even want to get hung up on looking at what's going on already in the games. We're just going to get right to it. I'm going to leave Duran in just because I know he's got that high clutch rating, and there's a runner on second right now.
Just missed.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
But yeah, man, it kind of just occurred to me, you know, maybe a month and a half ago, as I'm saying I had all these ideas I wanted to get to, and it was kind of just like, man, hardly anybody cares about this game anymore. If I put all this work in to get some of these video ideas out just to do them before the year's over, you know, there's a lot less people potentially that would watch them. I may as well just save it for next year, you know. The one thing I wish I would have done sooner was this right here, getting back to streaming, so I'd had a little bit more time to like get used to Twitch and get back used to streaming. Yeah, Duran's looking pretty good here. Is that back-to-back strikeouts on the curve?
Here's the center fielder, Michael Harris. And that one fouled off. So the tying run at second. That misses the zone. And 1-1.
So David, if you're still here, are you or wait. What am I thinking? I thought you said your March to October was with the Braves, but I'm looking back at that message and I don't see anything about the Braves. Am I thinking of something wrong here?
That ends the frame.
Oh no, that was Zach with your franchise in Ohtani. Alright, that's what it is.
And they're down.
I was going to ask, I guess, Zach now. Does that mean you're a Braves fan? Because Toxic's also a Braves fan. I hate to do this to you guys. I hate to take out your Braves like this.
Here's the second baseman.
Yours is with the Angels? Okay. Yeah, I got you guys mixed up there for a second. How do I feel with the news of Garrett Cole going down with Tommy John surgery? I mean, it's not like I'm a Yankees fan, but I also don't want to say I don't care. I mean, you don't want people getting hurt. I'm a fan of baseball, so like I want to see the best players play at their best. So somebody like that going down with an injury that's gonna take him out all year is unfortunate.
Now, Termarr Johnson, 3 for 3. He's got a pair of singles and a triple.
Really?
Left side.
Okay. Maybe we're not gonna add anything on here. I think Crochet was already warming up, right? Let's make sure. Yeah.
Next to him for the Sox, Spencer Jones. He's already homered here in this one. Just missed.
So do you still have Trout then, David? Is he still going strong 5 years in? Because he was still going strong for the Angels in this March to October. That's a weird pitch. You're a Braves and Red Sox fan. Oh my God, another weird pitch. Because the high A team for the Red Sox is your job. I just missed again. All right. So what's their? I mean, I was gonna say what's their team, like I know, but I wouldn't know. I don't know high A. But that's cool. That's a valid reason of being a fan of two different teams like that. Oh yeah, Toxic, I forgot you're also a Red Sox fan too. You guys need to become best friends. Braves and Red Sox. What would you do if they matched up in the World Series?
And here it comes.
Because I, not too long ago, would have considered myself a White Sox and Brewers fan, but I would say I completed the move all the way back to being a White Sox fan. I grew up a White Sox fan, then I moved to the Brewers, and then now I've come back. You'd blow up probably. See, I don't know. Like, would that be a good thing or a bad thing? Because on one hand, it's like either team that wins is a team you root for, but also either team that loses is a team you root for. Trout's regressing, still hits well. You have to keep him at DH. I mean, I don't know what you've seen of the last couple episodes, but I think it was the off season when I posted today. But yeah, I looked at Trout, and he was down to an 89, was it? I feel like he should be lower than an 89. But he definitely was regressing a lot, and he still had a crazy year. You only root for the Red Sox by proxy. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I feel like that's kind of like how I am with the Brewers these days. It's not necessarily like I'm a big Brewers fan, but I still like root for them over most teams. But if it was Brewers versus Sox, I'm rooting for the White Sox. Can we put this guy away? This is the 9-hitter. The high A team for the Texas Rangers is in Hub City Spartanburgers. That's a fun name. All the minor league teams are fun. Dude, go away, Juan Guerrero. How many pitches have we thrown to this guy? This is about to be a 9-pitch at bat right here. Sure, fine. You can have that at this point. You're legit a Brewers fan because of my videos? It introduced you to baseball? Wow. That is an honor. And that must mean you've been around a while too, because I haven't done anything Brewers related in quite some time. Well, now I kind of feel bad that I created a Brewers fan and then I kind of abandoned the Brewers and ran back to the White Sox. Like it's kind of crazy at this point how little like I'm informed on the Brewers. I can't rattle off all their like off-season moves, and I don't know who to be excited for and stuff like that with the Brewers anymore. I'm like solely focused on the White Sox pretty much. The high A team for the Rangers is 45 minutes from your house and 15 minutes for the high A. Wow, you've got a lot of concentration in your area for baseball then. You can't rattle off the Braves off-season moves because they haven't really done anything. Shouldn't you then be able to rattle it off easier if they haven't done much? Chorio's exciting. I mean, that's the one I know about, obviously. I mean, you know, top prospect in baseball going into last year. But it's not like I watched him play a ton. It wasn't until their few playoff games that I was really able to see what he does. We're skipping all scouting stuff because this is the last season. How many wins are we going to get in a row? Because we have not lost yet. But no, yeah, I'm scouting, or I'm skipping scouting 100%. It better not have given me a phantom loss because we are on a streak. 10-0 to start the season. I think this is probably our best start yet. I mean, we've had some good starts, but I don't think 10-0 good. We got our work cut out for us here. Oh, I'm covering up the screen. There we go. There's my 10-0 proof. But yeah, we've got to make a comeback here. We're down 2, 8th inning. We do have 2 runners on though. Colin Houck up. Somebody be clutch. Oh, there we go. You know, it's kind of nice that I did set all these up. Like, I can go anywhere I want to. I think this is the best spot, though.
So up next for Chicago, Colin Houck.
All right, Houck. What does this guy throw? 4-seam, 12-6 cutter. And I tried to check swing. Another grand. Oh, I didn't even notice that. I guess that would match up then. If we played game 1, game 6, and now game 11. Or no. Or wait, yeah. Yeah, no. That would make sense. Record for the longest winning streak at the start of the season is 13. That's possible then if we make this comeback here, we'll get a lot of momentum, I'm sure. I feel like I need to keep track better of things we do, like stat-wise, in the March to October, because I know I've had long winning streaks, but I don't know if I've had like a record-setting long winning streak. Maybe we have, and I don't remember because it was so long ago now. But that feels like the kind of thing I should remember. You re-sign Kelenic, Dylan Lee, and sign Jerickson Profar, and that's basically it. Didn't Profar like just get hurt too? Did I see that? You need a Grant Taylor player lock. I don't know, honestly, the more I can avoid pitcher player locks this season, probably the better, because those take forever. And I mean, I keep saying I'm trying to get through this season. So I feel like that would kind of ground things to a halt if I had to play an entire player lock. But if we have a chance to like call up a prospect we drafted and it's a pitcher and we have a player lock, I'm obviously going to do that. I also, come to think of it, I cannot think of the last time I had like a full player lock with a starting pitcher and I pitched the whole game. All of them have been like no hitters. That should give us a run. 61 speed should be plenty. I'll take it then. That's something. For some reason, Eddie Rosario is a Dodger. Do they even have room for an Eddie Rosario? All these players they keep getting, and it's like, man, you only have 26 roster spots. What are you gonna do with all these dudes? That needed to do something.
Right-handed reliever, and that's outside. 1-1.
The Braves master plan is happening again. What's the Braves master plan, Toxic? Is it just letting Eddie Rosario go to a different team so that when they trade for him for the playoff push, he's just like, oh yeah, Jesse Chavez too? That was strike 3 already? Oh, I lost count.
Came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time, a little anxious.
And fouled off.
How old is Jesse Chavez at this point? He's got to be like, he's got to be in his 40s, right? That's not getting down. I mean, we got one, but I'm going to have to manufacture the rest of them. When Jesse pitches like crap, he's going to get released or something. He'll go back to the Braves and pitch like a god. That is what he does. Because he was on the White Sox last year, and he didn't even make the team out of spring training. That's how bad he was. And then what did he end up with? Like a sub-3 ERA when he went to the Braves? Forgot to get the bullpen up and ready though. Oh, it's instantly ready. Do I want to stick with Henches though? I mean, the next two batters after Henches are worse against lefties. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with him. He only has thrown 6 pitches, so yeah, he should be good. Jesse is 41. He was born August 21st, 1983.
Tell me it's fun playing defense at this level. They've got 7 hits at 90+ miles per hour exit velocity, so you gotta look alive.
So he's older than LeBron then, right? Because LeBron just turned 40. I know we're switching sports, but I don't know. For some reason, I feel like Jesse Chavez feels way older than LeBron, but that's only like a 1-year difference.
Base is empty, 1 away. You're in game 1 of this 3-game set. Way out front for strike 2.
There we go, Henches. Gotta keep this where it's at.
James Scott digs in for the Guardians. That one's in there. Strike 1. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Swings and fouls one off.
Yeah, this has been a real important inning in relief so far. They've been doing a great job holding that deficit.
All right, there we go. He does it. So what's the mood then for you Braves fans going into this next season? Like, is it like, okay, we're still the best team in the division, or is it like, you know, some of these other teams have gotten better here? Because I've forgotten what it's like to be able to root for a good team. You're hoping for at least second in the division. I mean, yeah, you'd assume that would get you a playoff spot. Realistically, third, but hopefully top 2. So I guess that's what I'm taking from it, is the Braves aren't necessarily like undisputed favorites anymore. Because it's felt that way for a long time. Yeah, Fletcher's on the bench today. We'll go Fletcher. That makes sense for this spot. Who is this? Eric Swanson is their closer, I'm guessing. Splitter, 4-seam slider. Splitter could be tough. Does this Cleveland team have Manzardo? And if so, what's his overall? Let me check real quick for you. Doesn't look like he's starting at first. Doesn't look like he's on the bench either. So I guess no is your answer. They don't have Manzardo.
Looking to get the tying run on base.
Forgot to change my settings over.
At the belt and fires.
Oh, that's off the plate. Ball 2.
Swings and misses.
I knew that splitter was going to be a tough one, and that's not even like... I just overcommitted on it.
Good eye right there.
Lucky take, more than a good take. You didn't realize Dom Fletcher is 5'6"? I didn't either until like well into this, I feel like. Well into season 1, all of a sudden it was like, wait a second, he's 5'6"? And they let me hold up. All right, that's big. That's the tying run on first with decent speed. Now we got our first at bat with Yandy Diaz. Auto off-season signing. I feel like he's good enough to stay in this spot.
Maybe losing command a little bit after the walk. Next pitch, not even close.
But yeah, it's kind of crazy when you think about Dominic Fletcher being 5'6" and the fact that he hit 37 home runs for me last season. Ooh, that. Yep, I thought I did. Moved it down too far. Stop throwing the splitter. He's just leaving it right there for me, and I'm waiting back too long and overcommitting on it.
And another ball. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hitting on deck circle.
That's
Ground ball left side could be 2. Steps on the bag for 1. And that's 2.
I don't think that's quite what we wanted to do there, chat. That was a good pitch, too. Solid swing, even. Come on, Vlad. Need something big here.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. digs in now. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Swanson, 35 years old, and he was drafted in the 8th round back in 2014. And a foul ball. Two down, nobody on.
Come on. Now I can't wait back long enough.
The White Sox down to their final strike. And now 2-2.
Come on. Come on. Either walk me or give me another one right down the pipe. That was another one right down the pipe. That sucks. Because it's been a long time since I've lost with this team. I almost forgot it was even possible. But we're still human, I guess. So no beginning of the season win streak record, I guess. Stopped at 10 for me. Alright, so then what's that going to do for us? I think it was only the one snowflake. Yeah, it's just going to flip the momentum, but it shouldn't contribute to any losses at this point, I don't imagine. I mean, we're still winning every other game until then. This is... Oh, it's a player lock. I kind of wanted to play a whole game because this is like a 1 versus 2 matchup. The Reds are the second ranked team in the MLB at this point. At least I assume they still are. They're 10-4 to start, and yeah, well, you guys can see the ranking there. Second ranked team in the MLB behind us. But this could be nice. A Colin Houck player lock. He's already batting .319. He always has a good season. We've got a chance to make it even better. Let's do it. I feel like we're flying here. I'm playing at a good pace. We've been live for about an hour. We're already getting into our 4th moment. I feel like if I can get to around the 50 game mark today, then the hope is still alive that we can finish this whole season. Because I don't think I've mentioned yet, I don't want to stream Thursday. I kind of want to take that day, I guess, of the launch or the day before the launch to not do anything. So I'm streaming today, and then I'm planning on tomorrow and Wednesday. So we've got today and 2 more days to try and get through as much of this season as we can. You know what else I should do to help that out is maybe turn off these fielder. What's this? I don't think that matters. Turn off the fielder player locks. Where is this? Oh, there it is. All right, turn them off. I think it'll keep me in for this one though, but from here on it'll only be the hitting. It would be, you know what, I didn't even think about that, but they have talked about that's like one of the changes going into next year's, I guess, franchise in March to October is like defensive wins above replacement and defensive value, I guess, being more important. So I wonder if that'll translate into player locks, because fielding hasn't mattered in player locks from what I've noticed, but maybe it will going forward. How about this too? Luis Castillo back on the Reds. I missed that when it happened. I thought that had a chance of getting down. You probably spend more time in the menus than games. Makes sense if you're an offline guy, franchise March to October type guy. See, that's what I miss, if I'm being honest. Ever since, I started making content, making videos and stuff, I've had to turn off the soundtrack for these games, but that time it should get down, right? No? Whoever that is in right, give me a break. That's Riley Green. But yeah, man, the nostalgia thinking back to the old sports games, it always comes from sitting in the menus, listening to the soundtrack, and I haven't been able to do that for years now. I think the last game I had the soundtrack on for was MLB 18.
He's in full speed.
Inside, almost got him.
He's got a rare skill set out there on the mound. Even when he's low on energy, his stuff still has bite to it. You just don't see it flattening out just because he's tired. He's still delivering good action.
Yeah, the right-hander deals. On the ground to third.
I feel like I'm so close to making a good swing here, and now we're 0 for 3 with Houck.
The White Sox lead one.
I was all over that fastball timing wise.
2 outs.
You think I lost Drew Thorpe to the Padres? Oh, did you see him scrolling on the bottom or something? Because that's actually all the way back to the beginning, because that's how long that this White Sox March to October has lasted. I started it before the Dylan Cease trade went through, so we never had Drew Thorpe because we still had Dylan Cease for those first 2 seasons. Is that has to get down, right? Okay, that's something. And if that's a double, especially if that drives in a run, 61 speed could score here. Did Berger not get in? Ah, I thought he'd be able to, man. That would have been huge too, because it's still tied at 0. Oh, because that's Ellie. That was Ellie throwing it home on the relay. That'll do it. I mean, at least hopefully the double should be good for the player lock aspect. And we lost the game. And we lost the series, because that's already us going down 2-0 in the series. They didn't give me anything. They call that one hit only, little impact offensively. It was an extra base hit, and that was probably the closest we came all game to actually scoring a run. I probably had the biggest impact offensively of anybody in that one. That's about as bad as that could have gone then. We lost the game. We got no performance boost for Houck. And why would Prelander Baroa be the one in the game? Of course he's going to lose it. Why would you bring in your lowest overall long reliever in a tie game in the 9th? The logic is broken. Because that's always what the CPU wants to do. If you load into a game and it's tied and it's in the late innings, they always automatically have your long relievers warming up, and it makes no sense. We're probably gonna... Oh no, we didn't get swept. Okay, I'm waiting for the snowflakes to kick in. There it is. Alright, this will be a get-right game, I guess, against the Phillies. Our World Series matchup from last season, and it's another comeback, another tough one. Let's get right to it then. I'm not wasting any time today. We're going for it. Berger's up. He's got 2 hits already today.
Back at Citizens Bank Park with Chris Singleton. I'm John Sciambi. Thanks for joining us. Nobody out here in inning number 8. The White Sox have had an...
You know, I gotta say again, every time I glance over and I look at the viewers that are here, like, there's always a solid amount of you guys here. I'm blown away. Like, I was convinced I was going to come on here for my first Twitch stream. Nobody was going to show up. I'd be streaming to myself. And I was like, I was trying to convince myself that's okay, because I'm just doing this for the experience. I'm doing this to get used to Twitch. And you guys are here.
Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Tanner Scott, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose.
So wait, actually, I'm curious now, because facing the Phillies last year, Nick Sandlin was their closer, but if he's in now, who's their closer? Or did they just bring him in early? They might have just brought him in early. Might be counting on him for 2 outs. Let me get my bullpen warmed up here. I don't know if we'll need Crochet. We're going to have to do a little bit before we'll need Crochet.
And that's ball 2. With the tying run at the plate here in the second game of the series.
They got Tanner Scott. Oh, I didn't even notice that, but I do remember that now from the offseason. Or did you see him, or did you just remember that? Oh no, he is there. How did I skip past that then? Did I think it was already into the rotation? I don't know. mean, I'm not going to lie, it'd be kind of fun to face him after having him on my team for so long.
Just a really nice slider down and in there. He wants to get the hitter thinking fastball, speed him up, and just subtract some velocity and add a little movement.
I missed it. I just barely missed it. That's what I keep doing with Berger too. I feel like I've done nothing with him but just miss it. Says at the bottom there, Zach Gallen had a complete game shutout. He's I mean, he's going for 3 straight Cy Young awards, even though he's regressing like crazy, kind of, Zach Gallen. Okay, I'll take that. Get the tying run on base for free. Crazy thing is, Jesse Chavez was drafted in the 42nd round in 2002. And look at him now, still pitching. I mean, there's probably a very solid chance that he's like the last player, you know, from that draft class still around, right? I mean, how many people drafted in 02 would still be doing it? Man, I would have been all over that if I wasn't too early. All it takes is one swing, man, and Fletcher can do it. He's got the power now. 71 power these days. Oh, that was so close. No, 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 no. Ah. I thought they would be nice to me. Come on, then. It's all up to Lawler. Look at how tiny this PCI is. Nick Sandlin is so sneaky tough to face. He's always been one of my more difficult pitchers to face offline like this, because he's got a weird release. His pitches break a little weird. And then on top of that, his hits per 9 and clutch are like crazy high, so the PCIs are minuscule. Okay, at least I got a piece of it.
2 on, 2 outs.
Off the plate, ball 1.
Well, he's so great about hitting the ball the other way. He gets those arms extended. So right there, just trying to straighten up a little bit so he doesn't have
Staying alive.
outside plate coverage.
That was almost a really nice swing, too.
Straight to the backstop.
Okay, we're good. I kind of sent him instinctively. It was a little risky. But hey, a base hit now. Well, I shouldn't say ties the game because there's not a whole lot of speed out there.
And that one is lifted
Come
in
on,
the air.
Carey, do something. Ah.
And that's the 3rd out.
What is going on, man? These last couple of games now, it's all left me. I used up all my run scoring all the way back on opening day. Those 8 runs in that 1 inning.
Back here in Philadelphia, bottom of the inning. Here's the Phillies.
Oh, Jeremy Bench is in. I didn't even realize that. Should I leave him in? Nah. We'll go to Munoz here to make sure we keep the deficit where it's at.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
There's a strike. Munoz, multi-time All-Star. He features a slider.
Okay, we'll take it. Forgot that I think... Yeah. Well, I don't know. I was going to say I think this must be our lineup versus lefties if Berger's in the field. I think that's how I set it up.
Outside. Ball 1.
I do hope if there's anything that changes with like the logic of the CPU managing games and stuff, I hope they like bring in replacement players, I guess, like on people's off days. I hope that makes more sense, because the example I always think about is back in season 1, we didn't technically have like a backup center fielder on the bench. We didn't have anybody with a secondary of center field, but we had Gavin Sheets who could play the corners. But every time Luis Robert needed a day off, it would just sub in Gavin Sheets, and he'd just be playing center. So he'd be playing out of position in center when it could have just moved, I think, Fletcher. If it moved Fletcher from right to center and then Sheets played right, it would have worked out fine. But instead, the game's just like, oh no, Robert needs the day off. We got to bring in somebody from the bench, and they just make that one switch, and that's it. All right, man. We got to go against our guy here. Tanner Scott, who was on our team for 4 years. I mean, I kind of said I wanted to face him, and now we got to face him in a bit of a hole here.
As the lefty gets to work, and that's off the inside edge, and that's ball one.
Oh, he never moved because he never had time to. With that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Trying to lock in here, chat. I'm focusing. There we go. You know what? I'm not even gonna swing, regardless of where this ends up. That's fine. Just one extra pitch to wear down that energy. That was a weird one. If I was on that, if I was ready for it, I probably could have done something. Again, I'm just off. Everything since game one has been I'm just off on everything. Stuart Fairchild. I'll leave him in. He's decent against lefties. I have him starting against lefties. Did that just get like really choppy there, or was that just on my end?
It's a good take.
Risky take. Probably should have been a strike. And that should have been a hit at least. Can't be missing that, man. I get under the pitch before, and then I get on top of that one. Yandy Diaz is the last chance for now. And I missed the first pitch right down the middle. That is that's 3 failures in a row. Every once in a while, the game just has to remind you you're still playing on legend difficulty, man. I think that's probably the one thing about the playoffs that makes it a little bit easier, is if you do have to come into a game losing, usually you get like 4 innings to hit. Usually they put you in the 6th inning. But these last couple of games, it's been the 8th inning I've been down 2. Haven't been able to do it. And that was another Grant Taylor start. Didn't even notice that. So actually, does that mean every full game we've been in has still been a Grant Taylor start every time? Alright, what do we got here? What do we have? It seems like we didn't use as much of our negative momentum as it could have. We're still, I mean, we still have a good record. 18-3. I guess I should show you guys. 18-7 is what I meant to say. Nobody else is above 500. We've got a couple guys at 500. We got oh, I'm not the one with the bases loaded. It's the Twins with the bases loaded, so we got a bit of a jam to work out of. But after that, we don't have to make a comeback this time, so let's hopefully get out of this without giving up anything. And it's another Grant Taylor start. It's what? It's like not a player lock, but it's like we're locked on Grant Taylor still somehow. We're definitely not going to be leaving Prelander Baroa in, though. 3 lefties due up. I guess this would be the time to go to Sam Hentges, even though he's not quite at full energy, but it makes sense. Let's get, let's get Munoz up. Let's sit Leclerc down and get Durant up, too. So, did any of you guys in chat today, did you guys watch the SDS feature premiere stuff about Team Affinity? Because I didn't watch the whole thing. I got to it late, and one of the things I wanted to see, but I didn't see, is if March to October still counted for Team Affinity progress. Please make a play. That is a huge play. That saved 2 runs. That keeps it tied. Some of it, did you happen to catch what I was talking about? If March to October is still part of Team Affinity? Because if it's not, that's that'd be a good thing, I think. If the mode is fully offline, then maybe there is some hope for some changes. How do I decide which relievers to have at setup or middle relief? You know, I don't really know. Like, there's a lot more that goes into it than you'd think, because you got to kind of know how the CPU works, because you would just kind of think you'd want to have, I guess, like your second best arm to be the one to preserve a lead in the 8th, which is what the setup man does. But from what I've noticed in the past is the CPU only uses the setup guy in the 8th inning. So like, if that's your second best arm, they might not get used a ton because the CPU will only put them in those very specific spots. So I think what I kind of like to do is I like to put in somebody who's not necessarily one of my higher overall pitchers, but is still like someone I guess I trust. I mean, right now at this point we're at with this White Sox one, I kind of like, our bullpen is so loaded that I don't really worry about it too much. But I know that's kind of how I've tried to do it in the past, is like my best non-closer I would keep as a middle relief pitcher, just so that they'd actually pitch more. I kind of wish they'd redefine it so that it was like leverage instead of like middle relief, long relief, setup, and closer. I wish there was like almost like a ranking that you could, you know, rank your relievers by leverage. So like if the highest leverage spot in a game is in the 7th inning, then that's when you put in like your number 1 non-closer guy.
And it's filled up.
Still just the second batter of the inning, and on the mound he's already thrown 13 pitches. They got him working hard out.
That is such a nice swing, lefty from Termarr Johnson. Hanging slider, dude. That was the first good swing I've made, maybe even since that opening day game. It's been like an hour since I've made a good swing. That felt nice. That felt very nice. Termarr Johnson's return to the team. He's still not a starter, but he's back on the big league squad. He might find himself in the starting lineup if he's going to keep doing things like that.
And next to him for the Sox.
So what do we... Oh, he already got set, so I can't adjust the bullpen yet. How did I miss that? Actually, I probably don't want to adjust the bullpen. We already have the 2 guys up that I would want to come in.
So far, and we're in the top of the 8th. The shortstop takes the ball.
So who in here, do you guys play any Diamond Dynasty? Or are we more offline guys right now?
Rodriguez racing over to make the catch.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one.
Nope.
Jones in the box now as he leaves that one up high.
You're an offline player? Yeah, I was curious because I feel like you know, I feel like with all my March to October stuff, that's kind of like, you guys are the audience I've brought in, is more the offline crowd. But man, am I excited for Diamond Dynasty on 25. Like, I feel like every change, at least that I've seen, I'm excited for. So yeah, don't be surprised if you see a lot more Diamond Dynasty content from me in a couple days. I mean, I'm planning on streaming launch night, and that'll be a Diamond Dynasty stream. And hopefully that'll be a multi-stream too. As in streaming on Twitch and YouTube. Not like you guys really care.
As a hitter, you can learn something from that pitch. He clearly wasn't timed up on the fastball.
Oh my god. Okay, he chased that. What else can we get him chasing on here with this slider? All right, that works. That works. I think we got one more lefty up. Or how many more? No, we got one more after this. Maybe Henches gives me this whole inning.
Swing and a miss as he was out front. Holding on to a one-run lead here the bottom half of the 8th inning.
There we go. Henches looking good. I feel like when I was bringing him in, didn't it say he had like a 5-something ERA? But I feel like he's been so good the few times I've used him so far. Oh, I didn't even notice. Look who they just brought in off the bench, Nick Senzel. Oh no, this is scary actually. Nick Senzel was our guy for the last couple of years to face lefties. We know what he can do. Why did I even leave Henches in? I should have gone to the bullpen as soon as I saw Senzel. Now I'm in too deep though. I don't want to give him anything to hit here on a 2-strike count. You can chase, please. I missed the spot. Don't hang. Don't hang. Okay. We'll try and maybe on a 3-2 get something a little closer to the zone. That's fine. That's fine. Didn't want to allow the tie game on one swing from him. We'll go to a new arm now. We'll go Munoz. I feel good with Munoz. And I saw Crochet isn't quite at full energy, so I may even go to Duran to close it. That is an unfortunate spot for that one to have ended up. Alright, one to go. Let's get a chase. There we go. It wasn't even a chase. That ended up in the zone. Alright. One more inning then to protect this lead and get off of this, I mean, I guess for me it's a losing streak, even though we haven't been losing in the simulations much. They're leaving Senzel in center. That might be a mistake. Camilo Doval. This is not somebody I've had to face too often in this March to October. I imagine he's probably pretty tough on Legend. Actually, I mean, I know I was late, but I was not that far off of that one.
Really nice job to get your first out of the ball game.
So up next, Dominic Fletcher. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Doval, an all-star a season ago. He features a slider, a cutter, and he works in a sinker. So
you know what? I should, even if I'm thinking of going to Duran to finish it, I should get Crochet up just in case. Just in case I change my mind. He's already got 9 saves.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
3-0 count. That's got to be the only thing I'm ready for if I want to swing, and I still didn't get around on it. And I look at what he's doing.
It's amazing to me how many closers and back-end relievers just throw absolute gas these days.
All right, he tried to do it again. That's a decent enough swing. We will take that. Not flashy, but it works.
Showed some really nice patience in that at bat. Worked himself into a good count.
Do I want to leave Fairchild in? Do I have anybody else to go to? I don't have any lefties. I could go to Hayes, and he could just stay in left. That would make sense. Let's go to Hayes. Let's see if we can get more offense in this game.
Looks like it'll be a pinch hitter, Austin Hayes. Runner on first with one down for him. Swing and a miss.
0-1.
That completely fooled me.
That one fouled off.
I mean, I'm being given every opportunity in this at bat to do something, and I'm 0-2. And then I chased.
It's a strikeout.
He's locked in at the plate.
Looking real good, aren't I?
He's out front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Dude, now I'm even late on the slider.
Fletcher, the runner at first with two gone.
We need to face some scrub.
Swing and a miss.
Put up another 8-run inning or something. Give me my confidence back a little bit.
He's feeling real confident about finishing this hitter off. He can go anywhere he wants.
Next offering upstairs.
No, okay. Game's feeling generous.
Righty to the plate.
All right, good eye.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
Oh, that didn't break. Dude, I just took 2 sliders out of the zone that looked like the same type of thing.
To lead off the bottom of the ninth.
I mean, we have the lead already. That's not too devastating. I don't know if I'd want to face Matt Waldron, Zach. I don't think I've had to. I can't remember, but I don't know. Online, like when I face people who try and use Matt Waldron in like Battle Royale or something, it's not always that difficult because it's all-star difficulty, but Legend, I don't know if I want to find out what that's like. You know what? The next 2 hitters after this dude are a little worse against lefties. Maybe I take the first batter with Munoz and then go to Crochet for the final 2. That'll work.
And a good eye there.
1 ball, 1 strike.
1-run game, bottom 9. Swing and a miss. Chased it out of the zone. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
Oh, come on, Chase.
2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
What's up with these 9-hole hitters, man? They're all making me miserable here with their patience and their foul balls. There we go.
Throws to first in time.
All right. I think I'm going to go to Crochet now with the lefty coming up. Makes sense, even though he's not at full energy.
Garrett Crochet.
Let's get him his 10th save of the year. He's 9 for 9 so far.
Win, so this game has gone to plan more or less. Let's see if he can wrap it up here.
Trying to close out a 1-run lead.
It's kind of cool to think that I think Crochet is like, he's either closing in on or he may already be at 250 career saves. And every single save has been part of this White Sox March to October. Like, he had no career saves before we started this. That feels like a big number.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps
He's able to foul it off up and in, and he's not chasing the slider.
1 down, base is empty.
There's a chase, and Montgomery can't get up to it. What's the use of being like 6'5" or whatever Montgomery is? And Hayes isn't even going to get him at second? Come on.
A perfect example right there. That plate discipline, it pays off.
I will look at his save, Zach. I'll look at him after this game, but I kind of don't want to
Here's Jose Ramirez.
break focus here if I can help it.
Strike at the bottom of the zone.
well, comfortable or not, these are the situations
Oh, okay. Get there, Vlad. All right, that'll do.
This is where they earn their keep.
Steps on first.
They're gonna need a hit to bring him around. That's fine. Lefty, lefty. I don't think Julian hits lefties that well. Hopefully.
See the velocity 97 with that fastball.
All right, good. I might just go right back to the heat if he can't catch up to it.
The Twins down to their final strike.
Make a play here, Colson. Make a play. This is playable, right? There we go. All right. Stranding the tying run on third, and we finally are back in the win column. Or I'm back in the win column. I feel like I'm thinking we're doing way worse than we are, but we're still simming fine, actually. That was a 2-homer game for Tamar Johnson. He had already hit one before we loaded in. All right. What was that? 2 momentum fireballs. We had a slightly negative, so this probably, yeah. We're back positive, but it's neutral, so it's probably not going to get us any wins here. But we were simming fine without positive momentum, and then we go and lose a series to Tampa. And we have our first trade opportunity, everybody. How do we want to do this? Let's see. Let's see what these... I mean, this one doesn't look intriguing at all. A 70 overall catcher for Ryan Ward. I mean, a backup would be nice for Mejia. So I guess there's that factor. But I don't know who I'd get rid of, because I don't think I'll be able to get rid of Blaze Alexander. And I don't know if I can bring myself to get rid of Fairchild Johnson or Yandy Diaz for this guy. The Mets, then, they're also offering a catcher. This one's interesting. Kevin Pareda, 78 overall. What I'm giving up here doesn't really matter, because Angelo Ayala is probably not going to become anything. I mean, he's not on the 40-man, so it's not going to do anything this season. Woodruff is old and regressing, so if I can get rid of him, that works too. And then Eldridge Flanagan, he's kind of, I mean, again, another prospect that's not going to become anything. So I might do this one if this Pirates trade isn't even better. So let's see what the Pirates are offering. They're also offering a catcher, and they would want me to get rid of Joe Barlow. I don't think I can do that. I like Joe Barlow. Although, if I did do this one, then we wouldn't have to get rid of it'd probably be down to Tamar Johnson and Yandy Diaz I'd get rid of. And Diaz doesn't look like he's doing that great. I mean, the on base is good. But yeah, he's just going to continue regressing, and Tamar Johnson's going to continue getting better, and he's playing better already. So what did that mean? Why was I talking about that? I think I'm going to go with Pareda. You'd prefer to keep the prospects and see how they turn out in the long-term simulation. I don't 100% know if I'm going to get to a long-term simulation with this White Sox team, just because I don't even know if I'm going to finish this season. And if we do finish this season, I probably wouldn't have as much time as I'd like to have for a simulation. So I'm not really thinking about that. But on the other hand, it's like, it's not like this trade's going to do a whole lot for me. It's just to get a backup catcher. What's Mejia doing? Nah, he's not doing so good, so maybe he does need a backup catcher. I think I'm going to make this move. I know, David, you said you want to keep the prospects around for the long-term sim, but like I said, I don't know if I'm going to get to that. And it's not like these are, like, my higher prospects, I guess. These aren't like the ones I would have been excited for long-term. And on top of that, I mean, if we are thinking long-term, Mejia's done after this year. Like, his contract is up, so we would need a catcher anyway, and this would be a good young catcher that we could have, under team control for a little while. So in that regard, it makes sense. I think I like this move. I think I'm going to do this. We're going to take Kevin Pareda from the Mets. I'm actually curious now. He might not even automatically be on the big league team because we're just trading away 3 minor leaguers. So let's see what happens. I mean, it shows him in a White Sox jersey, but I don't know if that means anything. I'm not going to adjust any lineups yet. Let's see. Okay, he is here. I guess, yeah, I was talking about who to keep on the big league team and who to send down, and I didn't even realize it probably happened automatically. And they sent down... Oh, they did send down Blaze. Okay, no, that's perfect then. I didn't know that would happen. Because all this time, with the whole Sammy Peralta, Davy Garcia, Prelander Baroa situation, they never were able to send him down. But for whatever reason, we were able to get rid of our 58 overall. That worked out so perfectly then. All right. I'm excited now. That was an even better move. And then we wanted to see Crochet career saves. 224. So I was a little ahead of where he's actually at, but he should be on pace to get up to 250 this season. Especially if he's already at 11. Already at 11, and we're only 30 games in. Actually, though, we're 30 games in. We're playing at a good pace here. I've only been live for an hour 45. We might be able to get like halfway done with the season today if we keep playing at this pace. So, yeah, let's keep going then. We got our player lock with Kevin Pareda, and let's see what he can do. Look who's on the mound again. Who would have thought? Grant Taylor.
And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. MLB The Show has action out of the AL Central. It's the Minnesota Twins going up against...
The real question is, are we going to play a game this whole season that's not a Grant Taylor start? Are we gonna like pitch with any of our starting pitchers even too? Because I feel like ever since that opening day game, Grant Taylor hasn't still been in. It's been the bullpen we've had to go to. All right, Kevin. We got 2 on, 2 outs, second inning. Let's see what we can do here. 4-seam, 2-seam, slider, curve. He's the next big thing. He is the new star. He is the future of the Chicago White Sox. First pitch he's seeing in a White Sox jersey, that was a no-doubter. 429 to left center. As if I wasn't already feeling good enough about that move, and then he steps up and does that. What a swing, man. I mean, I know that was a hanging slider. I shouldn't miss that with anybody I'm stepping up to the plate with, but still, I missed that plenty of times, especially in player locks. That was great. That was nice. And now we're up 6-0. The game's already looking like it's wrapped up. We've probably already locked up a 2+ at least. I almost did it again. That was close. We've seen 2 pitches, taken one deep and taken the other one to the track. Alright, I think this is the same guy. Yeah. Same guy from the last AB. They keep giving me pitches right down the middle that I can't not swing at. We've seen 3 pitches and we've had 3 at-bats. Look at how fast we fly through these, though, when we don't have to do any fielding. This is crazy. Finally, we get to take a pitch. Did I just see... I just saw Jeremy Bench's name at the bottom of the screen. If they're talking about rookies of the month, there's no way that could mean he was pitcher of the month. What did we just do with Pareda? That's a perfect to center. This guy is the best ever. 2 homers in his team debut after getting traded. What? You couldn't make a better impression than that. Imagine if in real life the Sox traded for a guy and he steps up and goes deep twice in his first game. He'd have everybody believing. Next Barry Bonds, the right-handed Barry Bonds. I didn't even look. It said he had 3 years of service time in the bigs. I didn't even look at what he'd done. We are going to have to look at what he's done in his career up to this point. Because is he any good? He was pitcher of the month, Jeremy Bench. Okay, now we got a couple things to look at. What is Jeremy Bench doing to get him pitcher of the month of April in his first month? And then what has Kevin Pareda done in his career? It's also, how does Jeremy Bench get pitcher of the month, but that's not good enough to get rookie of the month? Because he didn't pop up for rookie of the month. So wait, actually, David, now I'm curious. Did you realize that as it was showing it, or did you rewind? Because that's one thing I didn't even think about on Twitch. Can you rewind? Is that even possible? Does it let you do that? I don't know. I don't watch enough Twitch. Kevin Pareda and Jeremy Bench, future of the team. Right after you were telling me you didn't want me to get rid of the prospects for him. That was you that said that, right? I'm not making things up. Yeah. Well, I guess we don't need catcher anymore. I still kind of want to see if I can get rid of one of these guys to open up a spot for Johnny Castro. Because he's up to a 79 now. You don't think you can rewind? Maybe it's a setting? Yeah, I'll look into that after the stream if that's something I can change. Because the more I think of it, when I had watched more Twitch in the past, I don't remember ever rewinding. So it might not be a thing. Or it might just be something not many people turn on. Mount a rally to steal a win. This doesn't sound good. Okay, I mean, we're only down 1, but it is top 9. We got to make this comeback. Let's take a look at our guys though first. Kevin Pareda. He does have 3 years of service time. I mean, it looks like he's always been a backup catcher, but this 2027, that's pretty solid numbers for a backup. You could see the improvement every year. That OPS was going up plus 100, and then they kind of took away any of his opportunities here in 2028. I guess he's just glad to be back on a big league roster. And then Bench. What is Bench doing? He's got 27 and 2/3 innings logged already. He's 6-0. Okay. 6-0 with a 2.93 ERA. He'd be doing even better if I didn't absolutely sell with him on opening day, because I gave up 2 of those runs. That's crazy, man. I would not have thought he'd be doing that good. What's our rotation? Taylor's got a 453. May's at 593. Eater's doing solid at 291. Schuster up at 528, and then Gallen 245. So I guess with mostly May and Schuster and kind of Grant Taylor, Jeremy Bench would be getting a lot of opportunities to pitch. Prelander Barreau has also got 17 innings logged. All right. CPU loves win-loss for awards. They sure do. They sure do. I guess I don't really think about that for the monthly stuff. That more shows up when I look at like Cy Young and stuff. But yeah, I guess that logic would hold true for the monthly awards also.
Good evening to those joining us for this live.
All right. Oh, look who's on the mound again. Another Grant Taylor start. It was a good one though. 7 innings, 1 earned. And we gave him no help. I guess I'll get you know what, I've enjoyed pitching with Munoz. I'll get him in because it seems like Duran is simming well. Oh dude, okay. I was not ready for that to break that much. I kind of thought that was hanging. And he goes heat. Okay, this guy's actually a little tough. He only throws 3 pitches. If I would have known that. And he got me. Get me Kevin Pareda up.
Stands in now. Looks
Who is up after Montgomery? Colin Houck? Colin Houck is too clutch to take out. I don't want to take out Montgomery with this good matchup. But I was thinking about bringing Pareda in.
swings and pulls it.
I don't know if I can do that for Houck, though.
There's the strike up high.
I guess I don't even know. Pareda might have started, and he's not even on the bench. Oh, let it hit you, Colson. Take one for the team.
Looking to get the tying run on base. Fouls it back with 2 strikes.
I was way out in front of that. I'm lucky. I should not have fouled that off.
2-2 on the way.
How much of that did I get?
Ball deep left.
That's kind of carrying a bit. Oh my...
Up against the
What? What kind of catch was that? He didn't look. He was not looking at the ball. He just stuck out his glove. What do we think, guys? Do we want to see Pareda if he's available? Never mind, he's not available. He did start. So we're stuck with Houck then. Or I guess we're not stuck with Houck. I could bring someone else in, but I like Houck. I like Houck. One pitch, perfect swing, he's on.
And that puts the tying run on base. And the batter will be the shortstop.
We probably have to get to the 9-hole then to see Pareda.
There's the strike.
Typically, the outfield
I was
team
not ready for that. I was sitting fastball to start new AB.
front, make sure that runner on first doesn't come all the way around to score and tie this ball game up.
Nope. Ah! It's not a slider. It looks like a slider kind of out of his release point, but no, it doesn't. It doesn't slide. It changes.
Is just 1 strike away.
That would have been nice to stay fair.
Do it again.
What's this velocity? It's gone everywhere, I feel like.
And that's the ball game.
It's not going to tell me how I missed that. I'd really like to know how I missed that. Did I wait back too far, maybe? That kind of makes me upset. I should get into a better habit of moving myself up here once we're out of the game. Back to negative then. It's still neutral. It's still not really going to do anything, but I want to build up momentum. We're playing really well without me having much positive momentum for a while now. Oh, hang on. Look at this. He just got sent down. He's still in the system, so he must have cleared whatever waivers he needed to clear. And this is a fast track. It's not a call-up, so we don't have to call him up. Let's do it. Why not do it? Let's see what we can maybe turn Blaze Alexander into. I'm probably not going to want to bring him back up, but maybe he makes it interesting. I don't know. I feel like we haven't gone down to the Birmingham Barons in a while. Let's get right to it. Let's go right into it. That's one thing we know, is it won't be a Grant Taylor start.
Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. We bring you double A. One down. The short
Little road to the show vibes here, playing in Double A. Okay, I should have checked to see what this guy throws. Oh, he throws a lot.
He had no chance at
Pretty basic 5-pitch mix, though. It's not going to do anything.
fires across the diamond.
Yeah, we got to go down to the minors to get away from Grant Taylor. He probably was still pitching in the big league squad's game today.
Here's the shortstop at the plate. Over 1 so far. That one almost got the batter.
So I'm trying to think, if we've been live for just under 2 hours now, and I think we were 40 games in, that's like, ooh,
Swing and a miss. Nice change.
couldn't wait back, but that's like a quarter of the way through the season. So if you extend that out, that'd be like 8 hours to get through the regular season. I feel like we could do this. I feel like we could get through the whole year. I mean, I guess the playoffs are a bit longer. But I don't know. It might be a good way to test my stream endurance here in my return. Because like I said, I had never streamed for longer than, I think it was 3 hours, 15 minutes. Oh, I gotta get around on that. I don't know, things aren't looking too good in Blaze's first 2 at-bats. And you know, I forgot to look for myself. Maybe you guys would know, or you guys can look at it for me. Is this Blaze Alexander... Is he like a Diamondbacks prospect? Because I swear there was a Blaze something that got like a Future Stars card either this year or last year. But if this dude's a D potential and he's only a 50-something overall, like, I feel like it's not the same guy. Or maybe it is and he's just taken a real big turn for the worst. Blaze Jordan is an outfielder for the Red Sox. Maybe that's who I'm thinking of. I guess I forgot. You guys aren't really online Diamond Dynasty players, and I'm sitting here talking about Future Stars cards. There is a Blaze Alexander for the D-backs. So, I mean, this would have to be the same dude, right? I wonder what's happened to him then. Because I really would have thought if they would make a Diamond Dynasty Future Stars card, there'd be no way that same dude could be as low of a potential as this guy is. I wonder what that walk will do, because that's a very good chance that was our last time up at the plate today. Did we go 0 for 2 or 0 for 3 with the walk? I feel like it was only 0 for 2, but how could we have scored 5 runs and only get 3 ABs? Apparently we found a way to be productive for the team. So we... in the Colin Houck player lock, we hit a double that almost drove in what would have been the only run we scored as a team. But here, all we do is draw a walk and then immediately get out on second in the game where our offense scored 5 runs. And there we get a plus. Toxic, you say the Future Stars card is Blaze Jordan. So maybe that's what I'm thinking about. Maybe I just knew there was a Blaze Alexander on the Diamondbacks, but Blaze Jordan was the card I'm thinking of. I don't know. I forgot too, since we succeeded, that is a little bit of momentum, so that's good. I just said I wanted to get into the habit of going back up here. How many did we lose? I feel like we lost a couple games at the beginning. Another player lock. I mean, if we want to get through the season fast, getting a lot of hitter player locks. What? I have never seen this screen before. Was the mode exited unnaturally? Be careful to only exit the mode through our menu options or risk compromising my rewards. Did I do something wrong? I don't know what I... Okay. You've never seen that either? That was weird. I've never... That makes me scared. Is Big Brother watching? Is the FBI guy here messing with me? Maybe it is. Maybe Ramon or somebody is watching the stream and they're like, here, let's freak him out a little bit. Why am I here? What am I looking at? Dominic Fletcher, because he's getting player locked. 1984 reference is crazy. You know what's even crazier is I've never read that or seen it or anything. Usually that pops up when you rage quit and then reopen the game. I guess I wouldn't know then, because I never do that. So Fletcher, that's what I'm trying to do. 5 home runs on the season. He's batting .314, having a good year. Not quite as good as last year, and maybe this player lot can get him there to where he was last year. What's our record? 31-13. Should we, after this player lock, should we take a second to catch our breath and maybe look around at some standings, maybe a little bit of league leaders, or should I just keep trying to rifle through this and get through as much as we can today? You're 5'5" and you still can't believe he's 5'6". You know what? I would consider myself 5'11", but I have such a bad, like, when I think of how tall people are in real life, it doesn't feel like I'm taller than anybody. If that makes any sense. Like, I think of Dominic Fletcher, and if I met him in real life, it's like there's no way he's 5 inches shorter than me. He's a professional baseball player, you know? Sounds good to look at things, look at league leaders. All right, we'll do that then. We'll do that after this game. It's a lefty on the mound. That's an unfortunate matchup. Not quite ready though. I don't think I know I was on the right setting. All right. Mackenzie Gore though. Anybody watch the Nats March to October from last year? We know about Mackenzie Gore if you did.
Looks like a really good fastball today. You can hear that catcher's mitt popping. Looking forward to hearing a lot of that one in this one.
Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
Did I tell you guys? I know you were, I know a couple of you guys were asking what my ideas. Oh, I forgot to move myself back. A couple of you guys were asking about my ideas for 25's March to October. Did I actually tell you the team I'm planning on using? Nats March to October was legendary. That's how you found my channel. The Nats March to October kind of popped off, so I'm not surprised. That was a fun one too. I don't know what about the Nats one made it so much more fun than I feel like this White Sox one ended up being. Cade Cavalli, Nationals legend, especially in the playoffs. Greatest postseason pitcher of all time. I didn't tell you the team. Well, I don't know for sure, but it's probably going to be between the Rockies or the Marlins. I haven't decided yet. Probably whichever one of those two is ranked lower. Because I feel like obviously the White Sox are going to be the worst team, but I can't do them again, especially if I'm planning on doing a franchise with them. So I'm probably just going to end up using the next best team. 2 perfect games in the playoffs and 1 in the regular season. Is that really what he did? I didn't know he got 3. I know he got 2. I thought one of them was, well, just a no-hitter. But I don't know, because, like, his regular season stats weren't, like, crazy good. If I remember right. He was only, like, a 4-ish ERA guy every year, and then something just turned on when he got to the postseason. Dude, come on, man. I feel like I'm really close to being on a lot of these pitches, and I'm just not timing them. For that one, I think I dropped the PCI too far. But yeah, I'm kind of hoping that the oh my, I didn't feel like I was off on that. But I'm kind of hoping that whichever team it is, Marlins or Rockies, kind of recaptures the Nationals vibe a little bit. This is probably our last at bat then. At least we're facing a righty now. Look at this dude's mustache. We seeing this? Look at this guy. I could only dream. Imagine being able to pull off something like that. You watched the Reds franchise that Bengal did a few years ago. Super weird. Nick Lodolo skyrocketed in overall, but never had a season under a 5 ERA. I've seen that, or something similar. I feel like it was just last season. Who are we facing? The Astros? Oh, that's gone. Okay, we needed that. Fletcher, that locks up a boost for him. It was a rough game up to that point. But yeah, it was the Astros. I'm trying to think of who they had, because they had Snell, but they had two more guys. I think one of them was Jordan Hicks. Either way, they had become pretty decent overalls, but all of them had like a 5+ ERA. It's weird how some pitchers just don't sim well for whatever reason. Like even Shohei in this March to October, I feel like every other year he doesn't have that good of an ERA season, at least. Why are we still playing? Who blew the lead? Don't tell me Crochet. Garrett Crochet gave up 3 runs to blow the save? That's not Garrett Crochet. Somebody did something to him. The Garrett Crochet I know would not have done something like that. But then look at Jeremy Bench. He's gone 2 2/3 scoreless. Our pitcher of the month right there. We can walk this off here. Actually, that didn't occur to me, and I missed it. Missed the hanging slider. That actually carried a lot more than I thought it would.
So one left for the White Sox.
I think you're right, Toxic. Somebody put something toxic in his drink. We're still playing. Oh, because I'm on second, because I made the last out. Makes sense. And I didn't turn the base running stuff off. I only turned the fielding stuff off. Wow, dude. Wow. One season and 1 year saves. 77 overall. JD Davis batting like 350 with 30 homers. I mean, thinking of like his cards in Diamond Dynasty, I feel like he's always been a guy with high hitting attributes, and then his fielding's really bad. That brings the overall down. So maybe that's why he was able to hit so good. That's not going to move us up either. But yeah, David, when you say with attributes and performance tell a different story, I mean, I guess I haven't played enough franchise to know, but I still feel like the overall carries too much weight. I wish the actual stats a player puts up carried more weight, because like, you know, if you want realism, it's not like people know what overall a player is. You know, they would know, oh, this guy had a down year or this guy had a great year, and that's what they'd be thought of. It's not like, oh, this is a 74 overall that just played way better than he should, or the opposite way around, like, oh, this guy's a 95 but he just put up a 5.5 ERA. That's unlike him. They would just know what they did. And we get to hit again. It's the 14th. All right, come on, we got to end this. Even though I've had trouble hitting Marinaccio in the past. Yeah. Oh, I can't see. That's kind of the problem though. That fastball sneaks up on you. Now all of a sudden we're down 0-2. I was too early. I was worried about the fastball sneaking up on me, and then I went too hard with it. Well, I mean, with how this game's going, we might still be playing. I guess we are guaranteed to still be playing since I was the last out. Come on, Colson. You can't look at strike 3 in the 15th. How long is this game gonna go? Nobody wants to end it.
Nice job of the pitcher to bear down, make the pitch, get the ground ball. Excellent piece of work.
Stuart Fairchild steps to the plate for the White Sox.
Yep, Fairchild punching out. 15 innings is crazy, and it's gonna go even longer. Real question is, do we get another at bat? We don't. Game's over. We won. All right. As long as that one home run we hit carried enough weight to give me some pluses. Only 1 plus for a home run is kind of crazy. We won, but in 1 inning. I mean, you'd have to imagine it was like at the latest the 17th. Otherwise, we would have come up to bat again. Probably the 16th we ended it in. I don't know, though. I feel like any game you hit a home run in, unless you, like, absolutely blow it otherwise, I feel like a home run should be, like, an automatic 2 plus. Maybe I'm just overestimating. Did Yandy Diaz walk it off? That might have been what happened. Oh, what did it say? I didn't even pay attention to what the last inning was. Was it the 16th? You know, I completely forgot. I did set up a little like notification thing if anybody followed, but I think I forgot to put a sound to it. So if anybody's followed during the course of the stream and I've missed it, thank you. Because I know we're up to 16 now, and I don't think I started at 16. 8-8 tie in the 9th inning against the Jays, but I did say we wanted to look around the league a little bit and look at some league leaders. I think real quick, because it got dark fast here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close my shade. Turn on a light. I was quick enough, right? I didn't lose anybody with TikTok attention spans in those like 15 seconds, right? All right, let's see what we're doing. I think actually for standings, I should be down here. Look at the Royals in our division. Do we have to worry about them? We're only 4.5 games up. Do I stream in my bedroom? I do. I do. AL East, it's still the Yankees. This division is crazy how much of a nosedive this whole division has taken over the course of this. Angels, look at the Angels, 31-17. I think they kind of did this last season though too. They started out pretty good, and then by the end of the season they missed out on the playoffs. A's though too. Astros are down to the 26th ranked team. They were still so solid last season, though. Man, it's like the whole AL has tanked because of how good we are. The only 2 other teams I think that were top 10 ranked are the Royals and Guardians. Everybody else, yeah. That's weird. And then NL East, we've got Braves, Mets. Actually, Braves are the only team above 500. It's still like relatively close, though, in terms of games back. Central, you got the Reds and Pirates, makes sense. 2nd and 3rd ranked team. Cardinals are kind of making a comeback too. And then NL West, Dodgers, still the team to beat out there. Giants, only other team above 500. You love to see the Phillies at the bottom of the NL East. You know, I didn't even look that far down. Yeah, they are. They're below the Marlins. They're the 6th ranked team too. They shouldn't be that bad. They should be the best team in the division by that standard. And then league leaders, we want to look at this a little bit too, right? Look at this guy. He's taunting me. Leo Sierra, if you guys don't know, actually I should go back up here now, right? I mean, if you guys remember all the way back to season 1, this dude was picked 1 pick before me in that first draft. He was the 4th pick. I was the 5th. So I missed out on him by 1 pick. And he turned out to be generational. He's up to a 96. He's probably the best player in the league right now. Look at what he's doing. And then I took a catcher who got removed from my team. Look at Vlad and Montgomery, though. Vlad is crazy. 384. And Austin Hayes, too, cracking the top 10. Look at all these batting averages, though. Like, the league has moved into an offensive-heavy environment. This is how many people are batting over 300, and these are all qualified hitters too. The entirety of the top 50 are batting over 300 in the AL, and most of the NL too. I guess it's not as crazy, but the top 32 are all batting 300. Vlad's leading in hits for us. We've got, man, Julio's got 7 triples already. We're like 50 games in. Leo Sierra is leading or tied for the league in homers. Vlad's our highest guy up there. And Ellie's leading with 15 in the NL, so 16's the top mark. Trout, look at what Trout's still doing. 61 runs driven in, most in the AL by far. Down to an 86, he's plummeting, but he's still playing like this. That's fun. That's been one of the most fun things, I think, is to see Trout play in an environment where you know he can't get hurt. Where are our guys? Nobody's like leading the leagues in RBIs at 30. Oh, okay. I thought you meant the RBI number was 37. I was confused for a second, but yeah, 37 years old. But we don't have, like, where's our league leaders? Vlad was up near the top in some things. I guess Montgomery's up kind of close to the top here. Vlad top 5 in slugging, top 4 OPS. I guess we're just a total team. You should look at league leaders more. You mostly just look at your team. Yeah, I mean, I guess this isn't always something I include in like episodes when I edit them, but I like to do this a lot just on my own. I kind of glance at what's going on throughout the league. Didn't really do that last season too much. There we go. Crochet. We've got a league leader in something, or at least tied. He's leading the whole MLB too, even though he blew that one game. We got Gallon, top 3 in ERA. Nobody else really close, though. Eater, the next closest. 2 shutouts for Eater, 3 for Sandy. Whoa. Boone Edwards, 104 strikeouts because he has a 99 Ks per 9. This is the most, like, strikeouts per 9 innings I think I've ever seen in March to October. 104 strikeouts in 58 innings of pitching, but he has a 6.33 ERA. He can't do anything else but strike out batters. Everyone else is just mashing. If you don't strike out, you're taking him deep. That's crazy. You were in the middle of creating a super cool roster in 2K when you're so rudely interrupted. Now you have to wait till later. Are you telling me I interrupted you? Can you not be doing them at the same time? Right? That's what I always do. I don't think I can just watch something or play something. I think I have to be doing both. 4 complete games for Sandy in what, 10 starts? I feel like that needs to change too, that logic. Zach Gallen, top 3 in whip. Pitching war, though, Schuster's the highest up we've got. And then, yeah, Leo Sierra is just running away. Vlad's not even, for how good Vlad was doing, where is he? Where is he? He's 26th with 2.1. He's batting 384. He's got a 1076 slugging. Oh, your parents are on the TV now. All right, you were doing both before. I was about to say, man, we gotta work on whittling down that attention span if you are actually able to just do one at a time. I do want to look at just our stats a little bit here too. We've got 3 guys double-digit homers. Batting averages, everybody's batting over 300 for us too. Spencer Jones and Mejia are really the only 2 lagging behind when it comes to batting average. Nobody's anywhere near Trout for driving in runs. I think everybody's just doing it though. Like, everybody's contributing. We don't just have one guy who's driving in all the runs. Any other worthwhile stats? I guess WAR. Anybody negative? Nope. Everybody's positive. What's Paraded doing? He's played a couple more games. Hasn't done a whole lot more, I guess. That one guy's on pace to beat Nolan Ryan's single season strikeout record with over 400. I don't know if I could say that because he... I mean... Yeah, I guess with where we are in the season, maybe. I don't know. I feel like he'd have to do a little bit better. And actually, like, stay in games longer. But maybe. That could be interesting. Oh, compared to his prior, like you mean as he's improving. Gotcha. I guess we can look at our pitchers a little bit too. Pitchers have come back to normal a little bit besides Schuster, but Schuster he had the highest pitching WAR, right? Yeah. He has a 3.13 FIP, so he's just gotten crazy unlucky so far this season to have a 5.53 ERA. So I guess all of our pitching is doing fine then. Or where's Dustin May? Yeah, Dustin May's still struggling a little bit. Okay, because he's actually a starter. Prelander Baroa, though, doing pretty solid. Alright. I'm ready to move on then. Are we ready? Or is there anything else you guys want to see? 3.13 FIP is crazy, especially for the ERA he has. I feel like that's how it always was the first two seasons dealing with Kopech too. It was like his FIP was always way better than his actual numbers ended up being. All right, 8-8 tie going into the 8th inning. What can we do? Let's maybe not go to 16 innings again. Let's end this before we get to that point. Hayes up. I'm assuming I'm still on the right setting. Yep, I am. Jordan Weems, what does he throw? Throws a little bit of gas. You know, we should get our bullpen. Leclerc and Barlow. Yeah, Duran is kind of low on energy. I guess, you know what, no, I'll sit Leclerc down. I'll get Munoz up and ready. And then I do that. Actually, does that have a chance of dropping? No. You know what, Toxic? I just thought of this. And I have no idea why I remember this all out of the blue. But how are the braces going? Because I remember that being a couple times you came in saying, oh man, my braces just got tightened and that was miserable. How are we doing now 6 months later? Oh, no. If that dropped a little further. You know what I didn't realize is that we already had one out. So now that's the end of the inning. You're getting him off early December, possibly earlier. Okay. Still got some time left then. Hopefully it's earlier. I remember for me, I mean, I don't want to like scare you, but for me, back when I was in braces, it was like they kept telling me, oh, it should be like 6 months from now you're getting them off, and then I'd come back in for the next appointment, not necessarily the one to get them off, but like the final checkup, and they're like, you're gonna need a little bit more time. And then it ended up getting extended, like it might have been like an extra year from what they originally said I was gonna get them off. But that also is because I wasn't good at wearing the rubber bands. So if they still do the rubber band thing and you need to do that, do it. Don't skip out on them. As much as they suck, it'll be better in the long term if you just wear them.
And the pitch. This one chopped on the ground, but foul.
They get tightened basically every 2 months. You don't have a scheduled tightening until April. Well, hopefully for you then, man, that it goes well and you can get them off as soon as possible. I remember it was kind of fun when I finally got mine off, because that was back in high school, and I had my braces on for the majority of high school. Like it was probably either before sophomore year or early into my sophomore year I got them on. maybe even sooner. I don't know. That was a fair ball. But yeah, I didn't get him off until like over halfway through my senior year. And the day that I got him off, I didn't tell anybody. So I just kind of like came to school with my braces off, and I just let people notice, because like they'd known me with braces pretty much the whole time. And it took some people a long time to notice. You had a rubber band for a little bit, but your last appointment, your dentist told you that you don't need them until the next tightening. Yeah, I was just stubborn with my rubber bands. You didn't get them off until 6 months after they told you. You should have. Yeah, I was the same. I mean, I was even longer than those 6 months, but I hated the rubber bands, and they kept changing the configuration I was supposed to wear them in. So like I also like could never remember how I was supposed to do it, because like they'd change it and then I wouldn't wear them, so I didn't get used to the new one, and then be like, what was I supposed to do? So then that'd make me wear them even less.
That's the outside corner. That's strike one.
You only had to wear one, so it wasn't really that annoying. Like one overall, or because like for me it was one on each side. And I think they told me I was supposed to wear them like all day and only take them out when I was supposed to eat. Just one band in general, and the spot never changed. I guess that's a lot easier then. Giving myself some excuses, I guess. You always tell them you wore them, so they always believed you. Maybe that was where I went wrong, because I didn't like lying to them, because I figured if I lied, they would know if I'm lying. Get through? No? Okay, well at least it's gonna move the runner up. Berger has not done anything yet, has he? I feel like I keep making decent swings with him, and it just, nothing's happening. Yeah, I'm gonna squeeze in our 36 speed guy with Colson Montgomery at the plate. Sure. Oh, maybe I should, if that's the kind of swings I'm gonna make.
And the slider just misses.
Backdoor breaking ball just missed right there, and boy,
Right side, hard hit. In plenty of time to first.
That sucks. You can't get on top of that in that spot. You gotta hit that to the outfield. That's... I at least should have driven in the run. Hauk, nope, I blew it. Alright. You take them out to eat and brush your teeth, but sometimes you forget to put them back in. Every time you come to another appointment, your dentist says you're looking better. Alright. I mean, the very few times I was actually like somewhat consistent wearing them, they told me that I was supposed to wear them all day, but I'd really only wear them at nighttime, because I figured I'll just put them in while I sleep. That'll be something. And like every time I came in, they never said that they were looking any better. It was always like, oh well, you know, this moved like this, but now this is a mistake. So I think that kind of discouraged me too, because it was like they're obviously like moving, but they're not moving the right way. I don't know. It was just frustrating, and I feel like my my teeth still didn't end up like perfectly straight. So I don't know. At some point, maybe I'm even gonna want to go back and go through it again, or do like an Invisalign thing. Running and eating better though too. That it sounds like you're just trying to become a well-rounded human being. Kudos to you.
This one ripped, but foul to the right.
You could probably tell when I got up to close my shades that I am not much of a runner, am I? Alright, there we go. Munoz holding it down. Kind of depends, because nobody's teeth are the same if they need braces. One of your friends, when he first got them, needed to have them for 36 months. Yeah, mine were weird to begin with, because I had I mean, I had to do an expander first. I don't know if you guys even know what that is, or I don't know, maybe, but like basically my mouth was too small for all the teeth that needed to come in. So I had this like wire that went on the roof of my mouth from back tooth to back tooth, and like every week or something I was supposed to crank it, so then it literally expanded my mouth so it had more room. So I had to wear that, and then I had braces for like a year, and then I got my braces off, and then I had to get back into braces because like more teeth came in or something. So that was how it went for me. I had quite a bit. We're talking about baseball, and now we're talking about braces. I guess that's how streaming goes. Wherever the stream of consciousness goes, just ramble about it. Maybe I should like focus up here and actually try and win this game. It's already gone on longer than it needed to. You didn't need an expander. Yeah, the expander was not fun. That's a bad one to miss.
Got to do what it takes to come through. Maybe choke up on the bat a little bit, spread out those feet, whatever it takes.
Gonna go 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Emilio Pagan, fellow classmate. Like, did you go at the same time, or did he just go to your same,
Pressure is building.
did he go to the same school as you?
The 1-2. And a good eye there.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
Only thing you have left is your wisdom teeth. You just pray you don't say or do anything bad if you get them pulled. Honestly, when I got my one wisdom tooth removed, actually, hang on. What'd we do with Lawler? Get off the wall? It's just gonna go. All right, we got the big swing. We got the big swing out of the way. Sorry to do it to your classmate there, Zach. But it had to be done.
It's 10-8. That's
He was a senior when you were a freshman. That's cool then. That's cool that you actually went at the same time. What was I saying? Oh yeah, about my wisdom teeth, toxic. I actually like it went really well when I got mine out. Like there was no pain. I like they put me all the way under, and then I just like snapped right back to it. So I don't think there was any like groggy time where I could have made a fool of myself. I don't know. I couldn't recommend getting wisdom teeth out more, at least in the way that I did it.
that one's upstairs.
Your freshman high school math teacher knew Dylan Cease. Oh, I'm getting a spam call. Has anybody else been getting a crazy amount of like spam telemarketer robocalls lately? Because I swear it's like 3 or 4 a day for the last couple weeks.
And the righty deals. Swinging a foul straight back. In the air to
That's
left
actually no left fielder's there.
makes the grab after a long
We've had a crap ton of messages about paying tolls. See, I don't know. I always just like I decline these. Oh, Kevin Pareda. I always decline these robocalls, but maybe I should actually pick one up someday and actually see what they're trying to scam me out of or something.
0-1.
bases empty, one away, and here in extra innings. That one misses, and that is ball one.
I'm still trying to think, since you guys are talking about high school stuff, but I really don't know if I had any. I mean, the only like somewhat high school connections I have was my school played against. I missed it. Quinn Priester's school. He's on the Red Sox now. He was a like higher ranked prospect for the Pirates. I don't think he's really lived up to it. But my school played against him, and then I personally, it wasn't like in high school. It wasn't a part of high school, but during high school, I personally played against Bobby Miller from the Dodgers, which feel like that's not quite as much of a flex anymore after the season he just had.
2 runs on 1 hit. The 2
You have a good amount of cool stuff that happened to your school while you weren't there.
It's the White Sox.
Does that count then? Ooh, I forgot to get Crochet loosened up. I just realized that. Shouldn't matter. Just get him up now and then do the whole mound visit thing and he'll be good. Let's get him closer to that 250 career save mark.
He has a great slider with tons of movement.
Your school played Scoot Henderson, the basketball player, and 2 brothers in the MLB went to your school.
As the lefty gets to work.
That is cool stuff right there. Like what happened to Scoot Henderson? I feel like you heard so much about him leading up to the draft. Is he just like a terrible bust? Or is he maybe just not as good as they thought he would be, but not necessarily like a bust or something? I don't know. That's a good strikeout.
Struck him out.
He had a down year, but still has great upside. How many years has he been around now? Is this year 3? 4? I don't know. You could probably tell I don't keep up a ton with basketball. This year is his 2nd. He was drafted last year?
The time run at the plate.
I guess time flies.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Well then, yeah, I guess it's much too early to call him a bust then, if this is only his 2nd year.
And that quickly 2 away.
Good slider inside right there. Batter fighting to get there, just rolled over it, got the ground ball.
McCormick, the next to hit.
He was the same draft as Wembanyama and Brandon Miller. Yeah, okay.
We are in
Yeah, I guess I should have taken a second to think about that.
2 balls and no strikes.
Oh, an interesting situation. One swing you can tie up the ball game, but if you're patient and work the wall, then you bring the game-winning run to the plate.
Uh-oh, okay. 3-1 count, don't like this.
Here, last thing he wants to do is put the tying run on base.
And we, okay.
He can't move one either.
Probably didn't want to do that.
Last thing you want from your bullpen arms,
Put the tying run on for free as the 9-hole hitter.
make the team earn their role.
Number 8 in the box now. Takes strike 1.
Dude, I have gotten away with a couple of those. Let's not hang that. You know, I'm going to go back to it. Maybe if we actually put it in the right spot, he won't hit it. All right. Couple of extra inning games in a row.
They're cementing themselves as one of the top teams in the
Ooh, they gave me a decent amount of momentum there. 4 fireballs for just winning a game that was tied. Not bad.
Might be witnessing something really special here.
Not bad at all. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm starting to feel it. I'm starting to feel like the stream might be winding down. I might be ready to get off soon. But I had a bit of a goal, and my goal was just to have my longest stream I've ever had. So I kept saying near the beginning, my longest stream was like 3 hours 15. We've got a little over a half an hour to get to that, and that's probably when I'll call it. And look at what we've got here. This might take us there. Johnny Castro getting the call-up opportunity. This is the one. He's a 79 overall, B potential. We've got a chance to boost that overall up even more. This is what I'm doing this season for, to see a guy like this get this kind of a chance. He's got a running fastball, which I'm excited to see what that pitch looks like. And those per nines are all going to get boosted. He's having a good year in AAA. I mean, yeah, this is the easiest call up. Only question is, who do I want to get rid of? I mean, Gallen, he's plummeting, but he's also one of our best pitchers. Do I just get rid of Leclerc? I mean, he's plummeting too. I mean, Schuster he's struggling, but do I give up on Schuster when he's been so good? I don't know. I also just realized I'm blocking the ERA. Schuster has a 6.20 ERA this season. He's not doing good. What are we thinking, guys? You have any input on who I should send down Because we are definitely bringing Johnny Castro up. I think I'm leaning Leclerc. But I don't know if Schuster's struggling so much. And Leclerc is doing pretty solid. Yeah, I guess I didn't even think Barlow, but I like Barlow. I'll do Leclerc. Dustin May, Dustin May, his potential went down and he's struggling too. But he was our best pitcher last year. I'm still thinking Leclerc. Maybe we get rid of Leclerc. Johnny Castro is going to be getting up to like an 84, 85 overall. So we might get rid of Leclerc. I'll move Schuster to the bullpen so we get an extra bullpen lefty. And I'll probably put Castro in the starting lineup. I think that's a good plan there. So let's do it for Leclerc. Johnny Castro for Jose Leclerc. And I'm so excited to use this guy. This is like when I said earlier that I didn't really want to do pitcher player locks because they would take so long. This is the exception. Let's just go right for it. That's a good point you make, Toxic. He's already the same overall as Leclerc, so I guess that's not really that big of a move. And he should be getting better as long as I don't absolutely stink it up with him. Which I guess it's not a given that I don't. He does have a little bit of a weird pitch mix. Only 4 pitches, and 2 of them are fastballs. Pitcher player locks are so long and boring unless... Yeah, I agree. That's why I normally cut them down so much when it's in a video. Like, you see a pitcher player lock, it probably only takes up like 5 minutes of the video, but boy, it doesn't take 5 minutes of recording. And you were there when I was doing my my Cubs March to October, and it felt like every other game was a pitcher player lock. And it's not a Grant Taylor start. Good point. Let's see what this running fastball does. That's just a 2-seam. That's just a 2-seam fastball with a 4-seam gesture. And I missed right over the plate. Look at Montgomery bailing me out at first.
Jordan Westberg digs in now. 3 hits and a loss last night. That clips the corner.
Is it just me? I mean, I know we didn't really see Jeremy Bench for too much. But I feel like this is almost the same pitching delivery that Jeremy Bench had, just from the left side.
1 down, base is empty. Late on that fastball.
Yeah, hang on right now. My audio has gotten very delayed here. I think it's fine for you guys, but for some reason, the way that I hear it is like... It's like gradually over time, the longer I'm live, it desyncs. Oh. Did anybody else flinch there? That came right at me. Came right at you guys too. Maybe I stopped trying to throw that front door running fastball. Yeah, I'm already kind of feeling he needs, or he needed something that breaks horizontally. Cutter, slider, something. I'd give up one of those 2 fastballs for a cutter or slider. That's good, though. Maybe that's a good strikeout pitch to the lefties. First major league strikeout.
Do you think young pitchers can sometimes get too caught up in trying to rack up Ks early in their career?
We've got the smooth jazz music too playing to hype up Johnny Castro here, I guess. That might be a really... If we got a strikeout and then that swing on that running fastball into 2 lefties, that might be a good pitch, lefty-lefty. And fortunately, it seems like these Orioles have a lot of lefties. Our offense gave us the lead too.
That one's in there. That's strike 1.
Alright, I don't think I've tried this 12-6 yet. Let's see what this pitch is looking like.
In the hitter's mind, catcher's mind, and even the pitcher's mind
Wanted a chase.
as to the conviction in the call.
There we go. Okay. That's a pitch.
On strikes.
It didn't work too well to the righties, but lefty, that running fastball seems like it's a problem.
4 for 8 in the series so far. Wouldn't chase that time. 1 out, base is empty. Next offering is in for a strike.
All right, maybe the 12-6 to the righty. That got a swing. Oh, that went foul. Okay, let's give it to him again. Maybe he chases it again. And he does. Okay. 3 punch outs in the first 5 outs for Castro. This is a very good start so far.
Hard downward break at the very end that just dips below the swing path
And then a rollover.
try to bounce that pitch right.
I mean, I don't want to speak too soon, but man, Johnny Castro's looking very nice here in these first 2 innings.
Nothing doing. Back at guaranteed rate field. Digging in, John McMahon. In the first
And even the yellow's missing out of the zone.
kicks and deals.
All right, there we go.
Strike.
Another 12-6.
That one in the dirt. Now 2-2.
Maybe it just doesn't work like the first time they see it. So now we got the foul ball. Maybe we got to go back to it again. Maybe the second time they see it is when we get them.
Started after it. Appeal to
You could have said he went around, though. You could have helped the rookie out.
the wind of the pitch.
Oh, he was early. Okay.
Lead off
So that's 3 strikeouts now on that running fastball.
There typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time, a little anxious.
and here is Mac Horvat. There's the strike.
I don't remember what Johnny Castro's potential was, like, number-wise. Obviously, we know he's a B potential. I can't remember how high up the B he was.
1 down, base is empty.
I remember he was high up enough that I knew he was going to get better than, like, you know, an 80 or something like that. But I don't remember if it was just 86 or if it gets all the way up to, like, 88, 89.
Pulled the string on the changeup. So back to the top of the Orioles lineup. Carlos Baez, the next to hit for the Orioles. That one's in there, and it's 0-1. On a line,
That's going to drop in.
and that extends the inning.
It's okay. 2 out base hit. That shouldn't threaten a whole lot.
See already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of
It
time.
would have been nice if that, well, maybe not if that stayed fair, but if he hit it
And they have more
to our guy, it would have been a 1 pitch out.
and even when you don't
I don't think I've really tried the change yet as a strikeout pitch. And it works as a strikeout pitch. Is that 6 strikeouts? If we racked up 6 punch outs with Johnny Castro, he didn't even have like that great of a Ks per 9. I think it was only like a 60.
Here on the south side.
And now we got all these lefties up again.
Fastball in for a strike. 0-1. Casas goes 6 feet 5 inches, 245 pounds, and he won a Gold Glove last season. The 0-2.
Oh, I thought we were gonna make that play.
That chance handled. Now
That play is still made.
the out.
Must have been a good play from Houck. I just didn't quite move the camera in time to see it. Let's watch it then. Let's see what he did. Yeah, look at that range.
So now the Orioles cleanup hitter, Heston Kjerstad. And that's in for a strike.
No ball. 1 strike.
Now 1-1. Swings through that one for strike 2.
He's been able to go inside as well as outside, effectively working both sides of the plate in this at bat.
Does that mean shower toxic? Is my high school Spanish still good enough to translate that?
The Orioles trailing by a run here in Game 3 of this 4-game series.
To shower oneself.
Really great
I still got it.
as he goes off the
Yo hablo español.
hitter doesn't know what's coming next.
Popped up. Lawler gets up.
Lawler has so much range on those type of bloopers, man.
And there's 2 away.
Up next for the Orioles.
Jackson Holiday, the next to hit for the Orioles. He's 0 for 1. First pitch just misses. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike.
Ooh, that was a shot. Okay. It's the first bit of lefty-lefty trouble we've had, and that is going to be a double, isn't it?
And now the time.
Starting to see that as a weakness from Austin Hayes in left is allowing the extra base on those types of hits.
Goes back to all those drills you see hitters do off the tee where it's placed in different spots. That was just nice.
Mayo batting for the second time, and that's strike 1. That one down the line.
And that's going to be a run.
Rounds third, headed for the plate.
Two out hits down the line. That's okay. 1 run allowed in what would this be now? 11 outs so far from Castro. That's not bad. It's still his debut. This seems like a solid lineup he's having to face too.
He's a bad ball hitter, so even if
Oh, I didn't see you ask me another question. How many Spanish classes did I take? I took I made it through Spanish 4, but Spanish 1 was over the course of 2 years in middle school. And then I did my first 3 years of high school. So, technically like 4 years worth, but 5 years, I guess. And I feel like I didn't retain much. Like I definitely did not I didn't get the ability to speak it. I feel like the most I got was to do what I did for you and like see a word and be able to be like, oh, that's what that word means. But I feel like if somebody was talking to me, I don't think I would be able to hold a conversation. That was also a while ago now, so.
these Orioles, is this
You're taking Spanish 3 as a sophomore right now, so yeah, you seem to be on at least a similar pace, I guess, because I think my Spanish 3 was also sophomore year.
and it just doesn't look like they're seeing it very well as a group.
I'm pretty sure my sophomore year Spanish 3, I gave a presentation on Jose Abreu.
All of the swings and misses.
So,
Eaten out of the park.
there's that.
And a 1-2.
Él es un jugador de béisbol. Somebody tell me how I did.
Got him looking. Called strike 3 and a fastball up in the zone. So digging in, Mac Horvat. Struck out swinging his first time. Fastball for a strike.
Well, this game has been so tight. Feels like the next team to score will win it.
Fouled off. He was late.
It's good enough to get an A. You're okay with conjugating and like random vocab, but then what seems like words you should know you can't remember, dude. Conjugating verbs. I feel like that was the hang up for me, because it was like I'd try and say a sentence and then I'd have to think of what the verb turns into, like with whatever tense I'm using, and I think that was too much for my brain to process that quickly in the moment.
So the batting order turns over. Carlos Baez will hit next. Popped up.
You never had to take a language?
Third out.
Really?
Orioles held it.
I would have assumed most,
Deadlocked at 1.
I would have assumed that's just something that's kind of required.
Back here on the south side, top 6 at the plate. Jordan Westburg. And a pitch. This one
Or I guess, I don't know.
ground first.
Now that I think back to it, I guess maybe not.
Mejia makes the catch.
Because I think the only thing that was actually required was like all the way back in 6th grade. We had a,
Tristan Casas.
we had like a, every not 4 months. What would it be? 1/4 every quarter of the year. We like switched to a different elective, and then that was supposed to kind of give you an indication of what you wanted to focus on then going forward. And I remember the quarter year of Spanish I took, I was like, all right, I'll do Spanish then the next 2 years. And I think I was kind of just then on the track to take Spanish through high school. So maybe it wasn't required. It just felt like it was for me since I did it so many years in a row.
And that one is lifted in the air. Fletcher makes a nice running catch. Every day during batting practice.
Talking about braces in Spanish, just taking our viewer count down from 9 to 5. I hadn't looked at it in a while. I don't really care about viewer count right now, to be completely honest. As long as somebody's here, I'm fine with it. Like I said, I had convinced myself that nobody was going to show up, and I was only going to be doing this purely to get Twitch experience. So the fact that anybody's here is good for me. And who knows, maybe then when this raw recording gets uploaded to the stream VOD channel, and maybe some people check that out, they'll be like, oh man, we're talking about braces in Spanish over here. I gotta show up for the next one.
Three down for him there. Heart of the order, 3, 4, 5 coming up.
It's about to be 4 for the I don't know, maybe I won't still be here, Toxic, when you get back. It depends.
And we're back.
Maybe I will. We've still got 15 minutes to hit that 3-hour 15 mark, so I'll probably play one more moment after this. I wonder how long they leave me in here, though, with Castro. Because his stamina is actually still doing fine. He's still in the green. Don't do anything rash like closing the stream. We'll see. We'll see how long the next moment takes. Dude, I am Castro. I am Castro is what I said. You're right, I did want to work on my stream stamina, but I'm also hungry. I want food. I don't know, I was thinking about streaming until like 8 to 8:30-ish when I was also planning on starting around like 4 to 4:30, but since I got started a little later, I don't know.
Gets a piece and it stays 0-2.
Clearly trying to stay back a little bit longer for that changeup as he fouls that fastball back.
How many is this? Is it not going to pop up to tell me? Am I going to have to check for myself? No, it is. That's 11 punch-outs for Johnny Castro in his debut so far. He's not even done.
This guy's just going right after hitters, filling up the strike zone, and it looks like hitters, they're trying to think with him, but they just are a pitch behind. Dominating stuff out there on the mound.
Contreras up for the third time here. Watches that one.
Okay, well, that changes things a little bit. Still, though, only 2 runs allowed to this point is very solid. We still have the lead. I just feel like maybe don't leave him in too much longer, manager, whoever it is at this point in the future. I don't think there's really anything else left to prove. Castro's already proven himself to be pretty good. Let's not ruin this start here. Come on, man. I could have just flipped it to me. I was there. I was making my way over as quick as I could. They don't let you move right away. We're still in. Okay. Maybe it's... Okay, it's probably because we took a little bit bigger of a lead again. I'm fine with that, then. I feel like we are kind of... Okay, we just got into the yellow. I feel like we're kind of at that point, though, where it probably can't get messed up. Like, we probably have locked in at least a 1+ at this point. Just because of that strikeout count. And there's another one. That's 12. That's a dozen.
And now the center fielder, Carlos Baez. Right through there for a strike.
Some hitters are just more confident they can track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care if they fall behind 0-1.
Just missed.
For my White Sox franchise, will I ignore budgets? Smaller market teams have much lower budget than in March to October. No, I'm not going to ignore budgets, and I may even come up with like my own rules to restrict things further. I've been thinking about that. I mean, I still have a while before I need to make any decisions, but I was kind of thinking of, like, you know, the White Sox being unwilling to spend, and the biggest contract they've given out in real life so far is only 75 mil. So I was kind of thinking of doing a thing where, like, maybe until I make the playoffs or something along those lines, I have to stay within not paying players, like, a lot. You know what I mean? Like, maybe the first off season, it's like I bump that up to we can sign a guy for 85 mil. And the next year, maybe, like, you know, 95. And then maybe when we get to the playoffs for the first time, then that kind of unlocks my ability to spend a little bit bigger on somebody. It's also like, I mean, the White Sox aren't, I don't know if you were saying they are, but, like, the White Sox aren't necessarily a small market team. I mean, it's still Chicago, even though they're the number 2 team in the city. It's just like the way that they're run makes you feel like it's a small market team, but it doesn't need to be. All right, that should get us out of the 8th. Are they gonna give me the chance to complete a game? We're going to get a complete game with our debuting player. No, we're not. Crochet's coming in for the save. Then, all right, we had a great outing. 8 runs, 2 allowed. I think we finished with 12 strikeouts. That'll definitely be, I mean, it might even be a 3+. It should be a 2, but maybe they give me the 3. And we won. Crochet saved it. Let's see what we got. That's a full 3+. That's what I like to see. Johnny Castro is set up now for the rest of the year. They have one of the lowest budgets in franchise. I mean, yeah, that would make sense that they would. I don't know. I guess the point I was trying to make is just like, it's more frustration with how the White Sox are run than what you were saying, because they don't need to be a small market team. Like, it's Chicago. You've got a big market. It's just they act like a small market team, and I think it's just kind of frustrating. All right, so I'm very excited to see what this does for Castro and his attribute boost here. Because it's usually a full +6 with pitchers. So he might go all the way up to an 85. Oh, we got another? I forgot, man. I completely forgot to look at Blaze Alexander after we fast-tracked him. But he became a B potential. His overall went up to a 63. But the thing about this is another fast track. This isn't a call-up. So I'm 100% going to do this. Because we don't have to call him up after this. This is just another fast track. Could you imagine if we just, like, fast track Blaze Alexander all the way up to a solid player from a 58 overall? We're going to take a look first at Castro. He only went up to an 82. Okay. Maybe it has more to do than with the overall. It's like maybe since he started at such a high overall, he didn't get as big of a boost. It's a little disappointing. I was hoping for a bit more for him. From D potential to a B. Yeah, that's true, Zach. Because, I mean, I don't know if they go from B to A in fast tracks, but I guess we'll see. The boost is less for a call than a fast track. I don't know if it is, though. Like, I don't know if it has to be, because I know for sure I've had it in the past where I've fast tracked a guy up 6 overall, and then I do the call up, and that's another 6 overall because they go up 12 overall. But I feel like actually I did that with Eater. 100% sure I did that with Eater. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just unlucky. Now I have to decide if I still want to put Castro in the rotation, though. because he didn't get quite as good as I hoped he would. I mean, leaving him in the bullpen still gives us that extra bullpen lefty, so I might just leave him in the pen. I might move him here, though. I might move him to a middle relief guy, just so he's not like the third long relief option. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Maybe the higher overall guy, the less they wanna boost you. Which I guess makes sense, because like if you happen to have somebody still in the minors at like an 85 overall and you call them up, seems kind of cheesy to automatically get them up to like a, 91. All right then, let's do this Blaze Alexander player lock, and then maybe we do one more after that, since this one should go pretty quick. Cam Sanders. I'm pretty sure that's somebody who I fast-tracked in my Cubs March to October, which is kind of crazy to think, because that was 2024 I played with the Cubs, and I brought Cam Sanders up to the bigs, and we're in 2029 now, and he's still in the minors.
On the Charlotte Knights, it's minor league baseball on the show. Thanks for stopping by. I'm Ben Gelman. Pretty exciting atmosphere around the park today with multiple front office representatives in town to check on. And the batter will be the
All right, let's see if we can do more than just one walk with him like we did last time. It's a good take. I almost swung. I was tempted.
Mets still on their way, and he's already served up a homer this inning. Buckle up.
Oh! Okay, Blaze. That should lock it up. That should give him the boost automatically right there. Just the fact we went deep. Am I kind of feeling it with Blaze Alexander? I mean, if he gets up to a high enough overall, I don't know. I don't think he's going to be a high enough overall. Because, like, the best he's going to get to from this is like a, I forget what he started at, 62? So maybe like a 67, 68 if we're lucky. Even if he got up to that, and then we called him up, and I was successful again, he would still only be in the low 70s. So no, I'm getting my hopes up. Unless we just keep fast-tracking him. Oh, I almost got that one too. I was around on it.
Pulls it down for the catch. 2 away. One out and the bases are empty. The shortstop digs in now.
Only the 4th inning. We got a lot of time left here in this one. Probably 3 more at-bats. Missed that one. I mean, if, what was it, the Fletcher game? If we know that gave me a plus when it was like hit a home run and did little else, we've already locked up a plus then. So, oh, I thought I was about to go into a replay. That kind of threw me off.
And that is ball 1. That just
You know, I did forget to ask. I think David and Zach, you were around back at the beginning when I boosted the game audio. Is that sounding good? Should I boost it up even more? Is it too loud? I'm guessing if nobody said anything about it, it was probably not too loud. Wow, I missed that too. I really, man,
center fielder.
I hit that home run, but we all 3 of the next ABs I could have done something too.
The right fielder, number 15.
One down. And the batter will be the shortstop. He's already homered in this one.
We're losing now. That shouldn't matter. I don't think losing in the minors does anything. It's just right. Audio is good. All right. I guess I just blindly increased it to the exact right amount it should be. Yeah, I didn't even think about that too, but Twitch allows like real music, right? Or I don't know. I feel like whenever I tune into a Twitch stream, everybody's always playing like real music. So maybe I didn't have to go with this YouTube free audio library stuff we've been listening to for 3 hours. Or maybe I should just play it safe and keep it as that. I don't know.
Plays at every level.
We did get the 1+ though for the 1 home run, so that's gonna get him another boost. We also got another fireball. I wonder if it's going to give me a chance to call him up right away, now that his overall should be relatively high. But I wouldn't do it. We would need yet another fast track in order to fully call him up. Yeah, and they're asking me to. I don't want to. He did get up to a 69 though. Plus 19, plus 20 to the main ones that go up. I mean, if we were in a different spot than we are with this team, then yeah, this would be a fun move to make to see if we could boost them even more. But it's just like, who would I get rid of for? Because like, we have, well, I guess that's not even the best. This is probably the best spot to look at it. Look, I can move myself over here. But our bench is Stuart Fairchild, backup catcher Pareda, Termar Johnson, and Yandy Diaz. I don't think it would make sense to get rid of any of these guys. So, yep, we'll leave them down in the minors then. But that was fun. Maybe they even, I don't know, maybe they give me another fast track a little bit down the line here. Why did it look like we lost 3 games in a row there? Why do we need to be doing that? Poor fielding as a shortstop, not really fan. I guess I didn't even look at that. I was just looking at his upgrades to his hitting. Now I kind of want to go back and look, because you're totally right. If he's not a good fielder at short, then yeah, I wouldn't do that even more for sure. 53 fielding. Yeah, that's not what you're looking for out of a shortstop, is it? You're right. All right, let's do this next one then. I think actually I'm looking, we just crossed the 3-hour 15 threshold, so I did it. Longest stream ever. And we're gonna keep going. I'm playing one more game here. We're gonna take on the Cubs. 3-3 tie, top 9. So I'm up. We got 2 on, 1 out. Let's take the lead. Ooh, and we already put up 2 in the 9th here to have them blow the save. And it wasn't a Grant Taylor start. Jake Eater. I mean, we're not going to get to see him, but at least we know. I'll get henches. If we score, then I can scramble to start warming up Crochet. Finally not Grant Taylor. It was a good run. Dude, the CPU definitely likes going up in the zone to Spencer Jones with how tall he is. And then I chased that. That was totally set up. All it comes down to Mejia then. Oh, and Mejia with the perfect. We took the lead. It's not going to go, but that should score 2 with how deep the corners in Wrigley are. That is a huge swing from Mejia. Completes the comeback. We were down 2, it looked like, heading into this inning, and now we're up 2. And now we can scramble to warm up Crochet, like I said. Pick him up another save. I feel like Mejia always comes up with, like, the unexpected good swings. Like, I feel like he'll be up and he'll be like, man, I don't know if he's going to do anything here. And then it's just like perfect, ripped. And Toxic's back. Maybe you brought that perfect swing with you from Mejia. Is this the last moment? You know what? We'll see. We'll see. Maybe if the next one's another quick one or something, I'll want to stick around for one more. Because I guess really, the more I do today, the better. And that's going to extend the lead even more. But, you know, if I can get all the way to like the halfway point of the season, and then the next stream finishes the season, and depending on how quick that is, maybe the second half goes by quicker and we can start the playoffs.
Here comes a new arm for the Cubs, Randy Farrell.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Dude, I don't know. If Vlad comes through here, it won't even be a save situation anymore. And Crochet wouldn't have even needed to get warmed up.
2 on, 2 outs. Strike 2.
Looking for some insurance.
Is it the same? No, one of them was a fastball.
No matter how you say it, we know what you mean.
That one misses. Ball 1.
Honestly, Toxic, I think if the next one is a pitching moment,
Out of the inning.
well, if it's a call-up, I might skip it. Because I don't think we have anybody else that made the 40-man when I was looking. That's a pitcher that I would want to bring up.
2 outs.
Vlad actually is going to come through. Wow. So we did. We started tied, and now we're making it not even a save situation.
Well done, drives in the run.
Well, I don't want to waste Crochet then if he doesn't need to be brought in here, especially when he's already not quite at full energy. We'll let him rest up for the next save he needs to come in and get. I guess I'll be good just going with Munoz. We can leave that be.
When he pulled it hard into the outfield, and even when you keep it on the ground, it feels great when you hit a missile like that.
And now Jake Berger. And it's fouled away.
I can't do anything with Burger. It's been way too long, man. I need to get a hold of one.
0-1 now.
That's, you know what? That's something. That is at least something that Jake Berger is doing. And now it's even more runs. What would that be then? It's a 5 spot for me, but that's 7 in this inning. Going back to what the CPU did before I came in.
Hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So
It's always nice to beat up on the Cubs.
Montgomery in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball.
Ooh.
Late there, strike 1.
Now they just do that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially.
Nope, we didn't get any of that one. I think we did enough, though. I think we did a fine job there. Making this one feel safe.
Here at the top of the ninth. And welcome back to the ball.
Actually, you know what? Jeremy Bench is already in. Maybe I just stick with him.
Armstrong.
It's not like he's running low on energy.
Bench back to work. Strike 1.
You assume if I watch the NBA, I'd be a Bulls fan or Bucks? Yeah, I would be a Bulls fan. I really only pay attention to the Bulls, though, because my brother does a lot. Like, he watches almost every Bulls game, so that's pretty much how I know what's going on with the Bulls.
He's 2 outs away. And here is
They've been such a weird team the last few years, though.
high fly ball.
Like, they'll play a game or two where they look like an actual solid basketball team, and then they'll just, like, get blown out by a team that's 30 games under 500.
Staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Campusano in the box now. No balls and a strike. They're down to their final strike.
He's in a great spot.
Let's go one more slider to try and end this.
All 4 pitches in play right here, partner.
All right. I mean, that will end it. Not the strikeout I was looking for, but there we go. Nice win there.
And the White Sox earn the sweep in this 2-game series.
A team that's worse than the Hawks. I mean, as far as I know, it's like right close to each other in the standings, right? Bulls and Hawks. Blue Fire Mage, Season 6 time. What's up? I don't recognize your name. So if you're coming over from YouTube, let me know if you're somebody I should recognize. Hawks are 30 and 34. Bulls 26 and 38. Michael Delio from YouTube, you've commented once in like 3 years? There's no way you've only commented once in 3 years, because I actually do recognize that name. Hawks are 7th in the East. Bulls are 10th. See, that's crazy to me that the Bulls, they're that bad, but they're still, I guess it's play-in, but like, the play-in games are essentially the playoffs. And hey, you better watch out for the Bulls, because they are a 9 and 10 seed play-in game powerhouse. All right, what do we have here? We are 68 games in. This is a longer moment, but honestly, I'm down. I'm down to play it. We got Michael / Bluefire just showed up. I feel like I can't end the stream yet. We'll play one more moment here. 3 innings, make a little bit of a comeback. I guess here, before I do, that's what our standings are looking like. We're putting a little bit more distance in between us and the Royals. But they're shockingly good. I feel like we haven't had actual division competition for a while. But let's go ahead here. One more game, we'll get even closer to that halfway point.
Back in Seattle, welcome in John Shambi.
No, it's all good, man. I'm good to stick around. Honestly, if I was ready to go, I would have just been done. If the season ended today, the Bulls won their first playing game and the Hawks lost, Hawks and Bulls would play for the 6th seed. Yeah, I mean, I'm not much of a basketball fan, so oh my god. You know what I was saying about Mejia with the unexpected perfects, and he did it again. Why couldn't that have gotten down though? I hadn't even switched my stick sensitivity settings yet, and I'm already making perfects. But yeah, what I was saying, I don't know if I like the whole play-in thing. Like, the games themselves are fun, but then when you think of a team like the Bulls still having a chance, like a 26 and 38 team should not be in the playoffs, I think. How has Fairchild been so far? You know what? I haven't really seen much of him, but I mean, looking out on the Jumbotron, it actually looks like he's doing pretty good. What are we at here? Let me move myself up. He's played in 36 games. He's batting .326, so I guess this was a really good signing. I don't know how often. Well, I guess this is how often he plays. 36 games out of whatever we were at, 60 something. So he is playing a decent amount.
Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Josh Stamon, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loose. MacArthur getting loose as well, and a curve is down and in.
Yeah, Toxic. I'm not much of a fan, but every sport just keeps expanding the playoffs.
And another ball. Austin Hayes in the on-deck circle.
I mean, it makes sense from, like, I guess a business perspective, because the more fan bases you can keep in the excitement, you know, the more people are gonna watch and be excited.
Joe Jimenez into the game.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect the tight lead late in the ball.
Joe Jimenez, how old is he at this point? 34? Why did I think he was so much older than that? I feel like I think of current Joe Jimenez as being like 34 years old. That is going to get down. Okay, that's big. I was convinced that play was going to be made. We're going to tie it immediately. Nice.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just
All right, okay. I just glanced over, up to 18 followers now. So whoever is followed since I last looked and we were at 16, thank you.
it was perfectly executed.
I mentioned a little bit before, I guess, before whoever followed would have shown up, but I set up an alert that was supposed to tell me when somebody follows, but I think I took off the sound effect thinking, oh, I'll notice it, and then I didn't notice it.
With the go-ahead run at third here in the second game of the series.
Now No, we didn't get enough of that one. But all right, I'll take that inning, man. I mean, all we really did was bring that free runner that started on third around to score, but at least we tied it right away. Schuster was still in the game. Okay. He's probably not going to be anymore because he's down into the yellow, but I feel like that's the first time in a while that we've still had our starting pitcher in the game at this point. I forgot to do anything about the bullpen. I'll just go Duran. We haven't seen him in a while. Sure. We've been using Munoz so much that I haven't gotten Yohan Duran in the game. Appreciate you keeping me up to date on the the viewer count, Toxic. Feel like you're more on top of that than I am. But yeah, I still like. I know I've said it a few times. I didn't even expect to have 7 viewers. So all you guys that have shown up and stuck around for this whole stream, thanks again, man. It's been a good test for Twitch, and honestly, I feel like it's not like a whole lot different of a process than YouTube. So I might even be ready for the multi-stream thing, I guess, sooner than I expected. Maybe we'll do like one more Twitch stream tomorrow, and then the day after I'll try multi-streaming and see how that goes. There we go. All right. I knew something had to get him there. Tory Miller. And the last guy I didn't realize either. We really are deep into a franchise type thing, I guess, here. Because there's a lot of names that I don't recognize. Houck. No. You don't do that. You're Colin Houck. You make plays. That's devastating. Any trade opportunities? We had one, and I pulled the trigger on it. We traded for a backup catcher. Yeah, Toxic's got you covered there. Yeah, traded away a couple of low-level prospects and Woodruff, and then I got a new backup catcher because again we were stuck with only Francisco Mejia as the only catcher on the roster. There we go. All right, lock him up. Good inning from Duran. Now let's take the lead. Well, we took the load off of him quick enough there because it was like, was it around like the 30 game mark we made the trade? So it was only the first month of the season Mejia had to catch every single inning of every single game. He's a workhorse, man.
He's a big, strong guy, can untie this game with one swing.
Berger's got 22 homers.
Back to work.
And not a single one from me. Low-key happy the CPU grab Burger. Honestly, I am too. Because, like, I'm assuming you watch... I mean, if you knew the CPU grabbed him, then you watched the off-season video. Because, like, obviously I had my plan for not signing anybody. But when I saw Burger was there, and then especially when he came to me saying he wanted to sign with me, I kind of wanted to do it. But I also didn't want to... You know, I didn't want to take away a spot when the whole plan was... trying to keep as many spots open as I could. Is that only going to be a single? What's this? What is this?
Just so sound in his mechanics.
How do I I've never encountered having to ban somebody, but yeah, whatever this is. I should have figured out how to do this. Oh, there it is. Easy. Ban. Laying down the hammer. It's the first time I've ever done that. And what did Houck do? No, I thought I got more of that. That wasn't a great swing.
He's got it. Out. Number 2.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle.
All right, come on, Lawler.
Instead of a fly out to left.
Dude, he's just... Joe Jimenez has come in and he's just pumping strikes. He's only thrown 8 pitches. He came in last inning.
2 outs.
And he keeps pumping in strikes. I can't not swing if it's going to be in the zone.
And a pitch.
There we go. All right, keep things going. Who's up next?
And that moves the go-ahead run to scoring position with 2 gone.
Couldn't have timed it up.
Here's a new pitcher from the
Oh, they are going to a new arm.
And as relievers go, he's not a big strikeout guy.
We got Spencer Jones. What does he throw? 4-seam sinker. Gets it up there a little bit.
at the plate.
Don't need to be swinging at that on the first pitch.
Strike 1. With the go-ahead run standing at second, and we're in the top of the 8th. Pitch misses, and the count even 1-1.
All right, good eye, good eye.
For the hitter, definitely has the advantage in this count. With runners on, look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Sinker gets the bottom of the zone.
I'm fine with taking that. It's not a very hittable pitch.
2-2 now.
All right. No, this is good, actually. Runners are going to be on the move. We're definitely going to score on a base hit.
Hitter's got to be ready to swing it.
Francisco Mejia.
All right, no walk.
White Sox. Outside.
Oh, walk is fine. Loads up the bases for Mejia, who already has a perfect swing to his name.
Close pitches, and somehow Boogie found a way to keep the bat on his shoulder right there.
You're hoping SDS gets Steve Carlton this year for your Phillies? Didn't that get leaked or something that he actually is? Or there was something that they accidentally like showed a Steve Carlton card.
Situations.
Mejia again. This dude is cracked right now. That's, I think, 3 straight perfect swings I've had with him. That's a grand slam.
Run of the season, and the White Sox jump
And you guys are arguing Phillies versus Braves. Appreciate Mejia. The workhorse behind the plate, and he can get it done at the plate too. Dude, that's Mejia is just, he is on a tear. How many perfect swings in a row is this dude gonna get? I mean, that probably just won us the game. That's a 4-run lead now, this late. And now Fairchild, I'm grounding out on a pitch I should have destroyed.
And they're happy to just get off the field after that frame. But they leave their mark on the inning as we get another look at the grand slam. Now a 6-2 ball game. It's Major League
Wow.
Baseball, and it's on the show.
All right, first of all, should I call you Michael or should I call you Blue Fire? But either way, don't back down. we gotta get at each other here. Come on. Just call you Blue. All right, will do. Will do, Blue. Let's go to Munoz here. Get him in against his former team.
Into the game, the righty Andres Munoz
Gets an opportunity to square off against his former team.
I kind of
He came out a little
breezed past what you said earlier, Toxic, with Darnold getting $100 million for 3 years. I saw he signed, but I must have not realized how much he signed for. That is crazy. I mean, he was good, but he'd been bad for so long.
looking to get something going. This is the guy you want at the plate. He's been great for this team. He is a professional hitter.
Who's the center fielder you're talking about, Toxic? That's on the D-backs. Because when you said give us back our center fielder, I was trying to think, and I couldn't even think of who you were talking about. Oh, Christian Pache. All right. He bounced around a few places.
Bellinger stands in now and watches strike one.
Yeah, I remember him. Wasn't that or maybe not. I thought the Braves traded him to the A's.
He passed him. That's a strikeout.
With that kind of velocity and elevated fastball, even if it's still in the strike zone.
I don't know, but I feel like my lens that I always view like prospects through is how good their like prospect cards and future star cards are in Diamond Dynasty, and I do remember that actually might leave if that's gonna. No, it went foul. Okay, but I remember the Christian Pache. Now I can't remember if it was a prospect card or future stars, but I remember it was a solid card, so I thought he was going to be good.
3 down, inning over. Mariners go down quietly there. They still trail it here. It's 6-2. Back in Seattle, and now it's Austin Hayes. The pitch. And first offering.
Man, I don't know why I'm chasing that. I guess I took a 4-run lead and I'm just all laid back now.
Wouldn't chase that time.
Who was that other? I think he was a Braves prospect, Toxic. I think he was also a center fielder, or maybe just somewhere in the outfield. I want to say, yeah, Drew Waters. That's it. I remember him also having a good like prospect card a couple of years ago. I'm assuming he fizzled out too. Your favorite players all have happened to be good Braves prospects who've either gotten injured or not gotten time with the Braves. Like Schuster? Is Schuster one of your guys? Oh my god, okay. Actually, that's gonna get caught. Wow. I was about to say that's the first thing I've done with Yandy Diaz, and that didn't even get down. So I mean that's 2 of our 3 perfect swings in this game that have not gone for hits.
3 flyouts and a strikeout. And first offering is fouled off. 2 outs, base is empty.
Drew Waters got traded to the Royals and he's been decent. I feel like I haven't heard much about him, but actually, is that gonna go for Berger? I thought I got way too far under that. All right, finally we're doing something with Berger. Or going deep with Berger. It's been a long time coming. A Berger bomb. Yeah, even if he's been okay though, I feel like I would have known about him. But I don't know, when you mentioned him on the Royals, that did sound right. So maybe I knew more than I thought. I don't know. But yeah, Andrelton Simmons, I feel like not only was he good, but he was also like a fan favorite too, right? He's going to Burger King after the game. At Burger King on me, I guess. Actually, no. I don't want to pay for everybody's Burger King. Pay for it yourself.
2 down, nobody on. Here at the top of the 9th.
I haven't had Burger King in a long time. Never really was my favorite, but I feel like the one time I did have it most recently, it was like, oh, this is better than I remember, and then I never had it again. GM won't even pay for Burger King. Don't you see what team I'm GM for? This is the White Sox. You think we're gonna pay anything extra for anything? Nuh-uh. Alright, that'll do it then. Let's close this one out. I have 5 straight rings and we're cheaper than ever. We didn't bring anybody back. We didn't give anybody money in the offseason.
Major League Baseball on the show.
We got to the height of our popularity. Now we save money, so that means our profits are even bigger.
And now the right fielder, Dan
It's just business 101. I guess I'll go to our new guy Castro in this spot. He was already loosened up.
over on the mound. He last pitched
Don't really need anybody to come in and, get a save.
that's in there. It's 0-1.
At least pay for the drinks in the vending machine. Yeah, I'm not the money ball owner.
On the ground. Lawler sends it across the first. And the
I actually do wonder, like,
Good fade and sinking action.
wasn't that a story that came out
stepping in
last year? I don't know if it was during the season or maybe a little after the season, but like there's a whole thing that came out about just how bad the White Sox facilities are, and like when they started trading everybody away, the players would get traded to the other team and be like, "Oh, this is what being in the big leagues is like."
down, base is empty.
Always a great thing to hear about the team you root for.
They got it for out number 2.
Hey man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent pace.
Bliss stands in here. Tried to hold back his swing there, but went around. Hit to
And that should do it for Hauk unless he makes another error.
first. Ball game.
Or was that even this game? I don't remember.
First 2 games of this
We've gotten very much on the right track, though. I was a little shaky there for a little bit. We won our first couple moments, and then I lost a couple there, but we're back, I feel like. Not only are we winning, but we're winning in pretty dominant fashion these last couple games. Did that say Braves are now tied with the Nationals for first? I thought I saw something on the bottom about the Braves, but I didn't see Nationals. Maybe we'll look at that. I think that'd be a good way to end the stream, actually. We'll call it there for the game or the moments, and then we'll do a quick check on the standings again to see where everything's at, because we're gonna be probably really close to halfway through, especially the more games we sim here. So yeah, what are we at? What are we up to here? 54-19, 74 games in. That's a decent way to the halfway point. We might be able to finish the regular season in one more stream if I get started a little earlier tomorrow, which I am planning on going live again tomorrow to hopefully get through the rest of the regular season. But yeah, Royals, we're finally putting some extra distance in between us and them. Yankees are still out in front of the AL East. You got the Angels still holding on strong, and the A's is a completely flipped division at this point. Angels and A's at the top. Then NL East, it's the Nationals now. You did see that, right, Toxic? The Nationals have gotten themselves up to the division lead, and the Phillies are still last, even though they're the 6th ranked team, highest ranked team in the division, and they can't put it together. From World Series to last place, exactly. I feel like the Cardinals did that the year before too, and they had made it to 2 straight World Series. And then the Reds, 2 ranked team, Pirates 3rd, they're duking it out. And then we've got, the Giants, they've overtaken the Dodgers. These will be a couple fun division races here. You've got the NL East, where I feel like still most of these teams are on an even playing field, especially if the Phillies are this good. They can come back down 9. Then you've got 2 and 3 duking it out in the NL Central, with the Cardinals hanging in 2, and then Giants, Dodgers in the West. NL's looking exciting. We're still running away with the AL, but at least there's some excitement left in baseball to see who gets to face us to try and take us down. But yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and call it there, guys. Again, thanks for hanging out, all of you guys who showed up, new followers, first Twitch stream in the books, and yeah, I'll see you again tomorrow.